everybody, and welcome to a new episode of the MinnMax Show, a special Halloween episode. Thank you so much. This is a place about games, friends, getting better. I'm Ben Hansen, joined by Jacob the Penguin Geller.
I'm the penguin from Mario 64 if he grew up to be a TikTok teen.
Oh, you got the broccoli hair.
That's right.
That's wonderful.
I thought you were just a big HBO Max fan, but we're also joined by Sarah Ashley Graham Podzarski.
It's me. Ashley Graham is back once again because apparently I've been on the Halloween episode twice now.
We're not here to judge.
Can you say Leon help?
Leon, help!
She's here! We're also joined by Leo Ho 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 Vader.
Hello, oh.
That's right. What was the inspiration for your costume this Halloween, Leo?
Well, Santa Claus is just one of my favorite characters, and I thought it'd be fun to, Halloween's an opportunity to kind of experience what it's like to be someone else, if only for one evening, so.
Right. Well, you're living it well. And we have, of course, Janet Garcia, also known as the Hornet herself.
Sure.
Round of applause. Everyone at home, give it up. Going all out, Janet. 3D printed, no doubt, every aspect of this entire costume.
Yeah, this was Isaiah's doing because he's the one that knows how to use the 3D printer. But yeah, we printed so we did not make these like files. These were pre-existing, like someone else made them. But yeah, printed the helmet and the needle, which is like the weapon that she uses. So yeah, and the rest is just a Christmas tree skirt off Amazon and a wig also off Amazon.
Ooh.
Yeah, Leo, after the Gift of the Max stream, I kept just getting Hornet costumes delivered to my address. I think you bought like 7 of them and they just kept trickling in.
That feels like such a threat somehow. I don't know what it is.
It was interesting.
Like, put on the costume.
So I gave a lot of them away. Of course, we're also joined by Jeff Marchiafava.
Yeah, thanks for doing me last. After
Wait, are you Sherlock Holmes?
Debut.
I want to.
Yes, it's a genuine deerstalker.
Deerstalker.
Oh.
Come on.
I never knew that is what that was called.
Never knew that.
Looking good, Jeff. I'm very impressed with everybody here, but we have a lot to get to on this here
Ben, you haven't
episode.
introduced your costume, I believe?
Oh, that's right, I guess. Well, I was thinking about video games from this year and what's a fun costume to dress up as, and so I thought I'd dress up for one of my favorite games. I'm the soccer ball from Despelote, everybody. But you all guessed that at home. I understand. Everyone in the comments is already like, oh, obviously, another soccer ball from Despelote. Got it.
It's because we all kick you around, isn't it?
I did. Look, the subtext, you can take it any direction you want. On this here episode of the podcast, we're talking about the Game of the Year debate. Let's kick it off. We don't need those other 3 people. Let's just do it right now. Let's get it done. Nay, this is the prologue to the Game of the Year debate. We're going to talk about games that we're going to have an episode later on this year, probably with a guest host here, and it's all going to be about kind of the underappreciated hidden gems of the year. But I feel like it just helps to have this type of episode right here, right now, where it's like, these are the games that we absolutely need more people to play amongst the group before we go into the Game of the Year debate, right? This is an actionable episode, not like Star of Providence was really cool. But I'm not like, Star of Providence needs to make the 210, I need somebody else to play this a lot, please. It's like, there's a time and a place for that. But this is time for action. So we're all going to share some picks for games that people need to jump into before our big Game of the Year debate. Just a reminder, that is happening in December. In mid-December, we'll have episodes rolling out. There's going to be 3 award episodes. The first is the MinnMax Awards, where we go through different categories. Big old debate for that. Then we have the full crew for breaking down the 210s, as we call it. Some would say the 20 best games of 2025. We call it the 210s. And then we're going to make that list, whittle it down, and then organize
Check it twice, I hope. Sorry, I was drinking while you said that.
Yeah, nice.
So it's going to be a whole elaborate system. So tune in for that later on this year. You can always subscribe to our YouTube channel to check those out. Thanks everybody ahead of time for bearing with us for some fun, long episodes. But we are also talking about some other games in addition to kind of Game of the Year debate prologue stuff on this episode. We're talking about Town to City, now in early access. We're talking about Battlefield 6, good old-fashioned checkup on that. We're going to be talking about Whisper of the House. And then back half of the show, some great questions submitted over there on Patreon for community questions. We should, at the top of the show, note a couple things. We're not talking about Arc Raiders this week, but there is a new episode of Max Settings that's going up later this week on Twitch and YouTube, where we're going to be diving in to check out the big new extraction shooter. We'll be covered on next week's episode of the podcast. And then the other thing is we are graced by greatness on this episode because we have half of the award-winning podcast from Pew Pew Bang here.
That's
the
right.
Astra award-winning
Thank you.
Pew Pew Bang.
I'll be raising my rates. Thank you.
Congratulations, Janet. You went to that whole award show. What was that like?
Yeah, it was really fun. I really liked the setup they had. I thought it was very cute for the topic. So the Astros is like a kind of award type show. They have like other awards. Like they have like kind of their main pillar one that's more inclusive of like all of entertainment. And this was their first year doing a podcast specific award show with just podcasts in there.
Right.
So one thing I thought was really fun was they had like a table set up with 2 mics. So when you got your award, it's like you did a little podcast. And I don't know if they're cutting it all together into one thing, but like I thought that was so cute and smart, and also made it like feel a little bit more chill. It definitely was like a bummer though. Like when I was there, I went with my husband Isaiah, and I was like, no offense, but man, I really wish like Sarah and Kelsey and Haley could have like been here, because I think it just would have been fun to celebrate alongside the other people that make the show what it is.
Yeah.
But and like sit with them and do like a mini show. I think that would have been cute. But yeah, it was really cool. We were also really early in the lineup. Like our category was the first like official category of the night, like after this sort of like sort of more general like recognition award. So I was like, great, no matter what happens, it's already done.
Yeah.
So I can just
that's
kind of
so
kick back
sweet.
and chill,
Nice.
which I thrive under that. So I was really happy about that. But yeah, it was really cool. Some champagne afterwards. And yeah, I mean, it was just like really exciting. So it'll be fun when we do that trip to Florida for a really rad weekend. Like all of us, including Leo, we can like all be together and sort of take a moment to celebrate the achievement together, even if it's just like a little cheers at the bar.
Yeah, so if you missed it, it was best game podcast from 2025 with the Astro Awards and a whole fancy award there, and it's fun to like see that after I posted about winning it, like Pew Pew Bang jumped up 45 slots on Apple's podcast gaming list. It was like drink, which is nice. I think like so many people like sharing the award and sharing it and all that stuff on Instagram and Blue Sky and whatnot. So pretty sweet to see. So if you're not subscribed to Pew Pew Bang, it's the best damn game podcast of the year. So subscribe it, share it, listen to it, watch it, all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate it.
The new episode is one of the best. Great place to start.
Yeah, all about horror
Halloween
games.
one.
So if you want more Halloween stuff, jump in there and now, everybody. And if you want more costumes, boy, are you going to get it from Haley again and again and again. Leo, how are you feeling about Game of the Year debate this year?
Excited, Claire Obscure is kind of the one to beat, and I'm really looking around for anything that'll make it interesting.
Yeah.
But I think the list, when we start and we just go around the horn and talk about games for a moment, I think that's going to be our biggest list yet.
I think so too.
Our highest number.
Yeah, it is. I mean, every year I'm surprised by like, oh my God, we have to whittle this down. And there's so many games that you forget about. Even some of the games you all were sending over to me so we can get some B-roll ready. I was like, oh my God, I forgot this person's going to be pushing for this. Like the list is already overflowing, and it's a mere concept. It's a tiny fraction of the stuff that we're going to have on there. Jacob, do you feel like we have a full picture in mind of like how competitive this year is going to be?
Oh, that's a good question. It's like I have been wondering. I was looking through my own list personally, and I was like, I have like 6 locks, I think, and 4 that are like, I could pick 4 more, and I don't know what's going to happen in the last, couple months of this. I think that once we get the 2 10s, it might be a little easier to order than in previous years, but I feel like figuring out, I think the upper crust bubblers are going to be brutal.
Yes.
This year.
That's the
I
real
think that,
battleground.
like,
I feel like it's
17 to
never for the
20,
first 3.
oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's just hanging on the list.
I think 17 to 30, I think is going to be like, oh my God, it is going to be just a lot of games that it's really high up on my personal list. Especially frickin' Jeffem with 16 different roguelike deck builders that like, I don't know.
I gotta do my own 2 10s.
Yeah, that's going to be really tough to try and map out. So this is a time for sharing stuff that it's like, this is homework time.
Christmas as well.
What's that?
Christmas is also a time for sharing. Sorry.
And making lists. Thank you, Santa.
That's true.
So glad you're here for this.
Santa, you are in it today. Holy cow. But this is the time for like, taking notes for homework. This is time to jump in and play. Because there's a lot of stuff, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I keep thinking about in terms of like, God, is this even a contender at this point? Stuff like, I don't have Kelsey here to represent it, but stuff like Monster Hunter Wilds. Like, I know we liked it.
God.
You know, but it's like, is Kelsey
Yeah.
going to be pushing hard for that? Should we go jump back into that? Kind of reacquaint ourselves with where Wilds is at?
There's like a lot of those this year where you're like, well, it was a good game, but is it gonna be on my list? Like Night Rain too. Like I keep going back and forth on Night Rain. I had so much fun with Night Rain, but I'm like, is it gonna be on my list? I don't know.
Interesting. Have you
Sarah,
tried
pull me
to-
back in. We both need to go back into Night Rain and figure out how fun it is.
I know. Well, that's just actually a great point. Like not even like playing new games, but revisiting the games that I forgot about.
Yeah. I really do think like, oh God, I should probably play through Despelote again, wearing the full makeup, of course, because like I love that game so much, but it's like how much of it was specific time, specific place, just getting back from a trip to South America. You know, it was just like everything was so aligned for the game. I'm like, is that game going to hold up by playing it again? Because I want to come in. And that's a really hot one for me. But I do think even you don't want to do it, God forbid it, but you do end up having these like, well, is there a so-called slot for a certain type of game? Are we going to have to choose between Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and Shinobi? Is Consumi and Despelote, is there so much shared DNA for enthusiasm for those games that that's going to be a tough one of like, it'd be awesome if they both made it, but is there naturally just going to be a factor of like, let's just push for this one that feels similar to that one?
Wow, I'd be so sad if they both weren't on there.
I know.
I think those two are in the top 10.
Oh, really? Okay, awesome. I would certainly
I
love to
also
see
think that, like, I haven't played Consumi yet, so I can't speak to that. But it's interesting because I think, and I fall into this too, so it's not like I'm innocent of there can only be one from like the certain genre or style. But I do feel like that's an attribution that we only put to genres outside of like action, adventure.
Yeah.
And I try, like, I feel myself doing that plenty of times like everybody else, and I try to push back on that within myself of which game is really good, or I guess in our case it's a mix of quality but also like representative of all of our vibes. So I don't know, I think it more depends on like who's representing the game in a weird way, because I think for some of us 210s, that list looks very similar to our top 10. Like I know I'm in that category, like a lot of my games that are in my top 10 are in the 210s, but for people where that's not the case, if they have that game that weighs heavier, you know what I mean? So I think it does end up being where like, if it's a game that I'm not insanely passionate about, I'll step back on it because I'm like, well, I already have some of my games in the list.
Right.
But if someone else that is like less,
And then the Leos and the Jeffums and the Sarah get to
yeah,
slip
but
in.
We can just
Yeah,
say
just,
the
actually, let's just name names. Let's just name names while we're at it, okay?
Sarah and like
Because
Ben
Ben keeps
and Ben's
listing
weird
games, and
documentary games.
He's making me nervous. He's like, and we all know that we're all gonna have Consume Me on our list, and I'm like, write that down. Put Consume Me in your 210s.
We are the upper crust bubblers of people. Us
Honest
three.
to God.
Yeah, so it's about that. I think
Let's
you
just
guys know who you
let's
are.
just rank members of MinnMax. On how likely
There's
your
a plus.
list matches the 210s.
Ooh,
People have done
that
the
would be
community
fun.
has weighed that in. I forget what it was last year. I think like Sarah, cover yours. I think like Jacob had the most of his games in the 210s for that list, you know? And so yeah, it's like the most screwed. It probably was a combination
Scrooged.
of a horrific amalgamation of Leo and Jeffem and Sarah for the least representative. But how do we fix that, Sarah?
I personally, I don't think we have to. I'm very happy in the freak pit with my freak friends.
Oh, good.
With our own little 210s.
Yeah.
We love what we love.
All right. Well, this is your chance, Sarah. This conversation is designed to help that. Like, what should we be gunning for this year? What would help if more people assigned homework to themselves based on your passions?
Based on my passions? Based on my passions, everyone here would be playing Road to Empress. And you would be having
down for
an
that,
incredible
actually.
time.
Okay.
I love FMVs, so I've been wanting to actually get to this. I'm going to write this down so I don't forget it.
I do
Thank
too.
you, Janet.
It does seem fantastic. And Lord, I think like Remap's playing it now and they're having an absolute blast with it.
Yeah,
they
I've
just
been
finished
very
it.
lucky that other people respect have started picking it up as well. But I need everyone to know that I was there first. Okay, I was there day one on the ground floor.
Of course.
Is it, we measure passion here when we're debating the 210s. Is it a matter of this game is awesome or it's almost like a guilty pleasure? Like, I just love this weird thing.
I mean, why can't I love it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, wow, what amazing gameplay from this FMV game where you have choices and then it's like got like a mobile game level of UI functionality.
Right,
But it's like, I
right.
guess for the FMV, you have to look at the FMV itself, which is like the budget of the costumes, the budget of the location, the characters they cast, and like, dare I say it, the very creative ways in which I die multiple times because I pick the wrong answer.
That sounds like a video game to me.
Yeah. It does seem cool. Oh,
To me, it's about like the drama, right? Like that's what I'm looking for in like an FMV, like juicy choices, good drama, and ideally more so than I think even narrative games. Like I look for like divergent paths. Like I played, oh my gosh, Late Shift. I played that game and got every single ending on it. Like I love that game. That's my favorite FMV game. So I'm always looking for the next big thing. And that space, when it's hot, it's so hot. And when it's not, it's like the worst game you've ever played. Like there's no in between. And the fact that Road to Empress is on the good side of that excites me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm just thinking is maybe the way we do shift the dynamic is Jeffem and Sarah and I unionize.
Yes.
And we each pick one game that all three of us play and get really into, and we all fight for each other.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So that means you guys are on the hook for Road to Empress. You got to like roll credits over and over again.
The strength in numbers,
Sure.
completely get their back.
Yeah, and
That is
like
good.
maximum Daiso card romancer.
Yeah, that one's
Whatever
good.
Jeffem's
Roguelike.
secret game of the year is.
Yeah, that's like his third favorite. Yeah. Jeffem, what are you fighting for this year? What do you want us to play? No joke. No joking.
I want people to play a game called Cauldron.
Cauldron.
Yeah, if for no look, I don't have high beliefs that any of my games are going to make the list.
What
I
is
just
this
want people-
attitude? What is this attitude?
I'm with
No.
you, Jeff.
It's
It's this
fine.
attitude. That's why you guys are at the bottom of the list.
That's why we're losers.
We're realists.
Breakthrough.
We know our niches. And we know that nobody else cares. But I want
No,
you guys
you could-
to
if you
care.
believe
Hey,
yourself,
I don't
you
care
can
about
get
some
Hitman
of Ben's
Freelancer number
games for
2.
what it's worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is true.
I knock those things down all the time. So anyone get the smoke, Jeff? And what do you got?
That's true. But these are ones, I mean, I would be here telling the entire world that you all have to play Baby Steps, but you guys already know how I feel about that one. So I'm not going to do that one. I want you guys to play this one that nobody else cares about or has even heard, because it's super interesting and I had a ton of fun with it. It's like an incremental game. I technically called it a roguelike so that I had the excuse to stream it when I was playing all those roguelikes. But it's more of an incremental game that like has like 5 core mini games to it. And when you look at it, if you're looking at the video of it right now, you're going to think, what is wrong with Jeff? Why does he like these stupid games?
Right.
But when you really get into it, like each mini game is, built on like a simple premise. Like the apple picking game is the first one that you're going to play. And it's basically just the game where you have a basket and you run back and forth at the bottom and some apples fall down and you try and catch them in the basket. Classic. I don't know what the first one of those was.
Some Game & Watch crap or something, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, basically. But what's brilliant about the game is you play it, and the first time you play it, it lasts like 10 seconds, and you'll catch like 3 apples or whatever. But then you go into the skill tree for the specific apple picking mini game, and you start buying new skills. And it's like, at first it's like, make more apples come down. Make golden apples come down. Each golden apple's worth like 10 apples, which is a total windfall. But like have your little ghost friend. You have a ghost friend. Give him a basket and have him grab apples with you. Okay.
I want you to know that Jacob's laughing at your face as you're describing this game.
Just wait, man.
I'm just
wait.
laughing at the concept of a video game.
It's surreal. It's surreal because my 3-year-old nephew was pitching me this game as if he invented it.
It is.
10
word for
apples
word.
or 1 apple?
It's very good. Okay. So, but like, and so you keep on, you do a couple runs and then you spend those apples on more upgrades. Pretty soon you got one that's, you have your broomstick because you're a witch in the game. Just accept it.
Okay.
And so now you're not just running around on the ground. You're flying around. Then you get one where you shoot projectiles. So because there are poison apples that are coming down, which are obviously
course,
bad,
yeah.
negative
Right.
points. But if you shoot them with your projectiles, then they explode, and any normal apple within the radius of the exploding poison apple becomes a golden apple. And so you keep buying these. You buy like hundreds of upgrades. There are some upgrades are infinite upgrades, but you keep buying them, and just this apple picking game eventually morphs into this shoot 'em up. Because at some point you start buying basket upgrades for your ghost friend, but each one that you buy doubles the size of his basket until his basket is just the entire length of the bottom of the row. So all apples go into it. Your basket disappears at that point because you don't need a freaking basket anymore because you're not focused on catching the apples. You're focused on shooting the enemies that are coming in and the bosses, because now there are bosses. You're lasting so long in an apple picking run that you're engrossed in this, bullet hell shoot 'em up that that is grown into. But then you're getting you're getting more upgrades that are turning different apples into turrets, and those turrets are shooting more enemies. So there's so many enemies because it's also almost like a tower defense that you have all these turrets that are also shooting them, and you're upgrading those even more, and they're getting elemental attacks, and it just keeps going and going, and by that point you're collecting millions of apples on a run. You started by collecting 3 apples, and you're like, holy f***, I just got 20 million apples in this single run. And it's every single mini game is that level of incremental, like a cookie clicker kind of I can't believe where I started and where I've gotten now in that level of progression.
Because I demoed this game, actually. So I do know Cauldron. I have played it a little bit. The thing that initially, because I love the idea, this sort of minigame centric RPG. I'm a big fan of minigames, so I like that as a pitch. I could not grasp, and I only played 10 minutes of the demo. I couldn't grasp the progression. And so I feel like I couldn't see the path to the fun. I got the idea being compelling, but to that end, is it something where you feel like you just kind of have to invest the time and then the path clarifies? Or what was that flow like for you? Or were you immediately grabbed by it?
Yeah, you get obsessed with a mini game, and then you finally peel yourself away from it and say, I have to do something other than pick up apples for 4 hours. And then you play the fishing mini game. And the fishing mini game blows your mind because it's also and then you do the mining. Yeah. They got a mining.
They got a bunch of mini games. I got it. Here I am shocked by you leading with Cauldron, because every game that you've loved this year is a game that I feel like you desperately need other people to jump in and champion. And instead of championing any of those conversations, you chose something that you had never brought up before. This is your chance to be here. This is your chance to scream about Star Invaders
his life.
Or Merge Maestro or something.
Yeah, Merge Maestro was apparently the best game you've played since Balatro. Is that still a game that you play?
I do play it. I have it on mobile. I still like it. Yeah, in terms of Balatro style, roguelikes. Yeah, I do think that is the best new version of that. But I like the Freak ones too. I've played 100 total Freak ones. I'm not here to convince you guys that my games are the best and that I need you all
I misunderstood
to
the
play
show.
it. This
was the point of the show, I thought.
No, I'm taking the moment to tell you guys about games that nobody's ever even heard of, that if you give it some time, it'll blow your mind. I had Jawaro Hello playing this game for 40 hours, he told me. He cursed me out at the meeting. He was like, I can't stop playing Cauldron because I'm so obsessed with it. And I said, you're welcome.
You can manipulate Jawaro Hello.
Yeah, come on, man.
Do anything for us.
It's very good.
All right, Cauldron.
It's a very good, fun kind of take on incremental games, which are usually just you click on something. These have really fun, interesting mini games that just go in a million directions.
Yeah.
With very long progression tails.
It's funny because it looks like such a simple game, but the core of how you describe it and what feels good about it is the same as Death Stranding. It's that kind of progression where you start really small and it only feels so good and satisfying and fun because you start so small and then get so big. It's
yeah.
Real.
Leo, is Death Stranding your pick for more people should jump in and play it?
No.
Why would you curse people with that?
Hey man.
I feel like when you go out and you recommend Death Stranding to people, I feel like you're just giving them a burden.
Oh, I once thought like you, for sure. I'm so curious where Death Stranding 2 will land. But my first one I want to talk about, given this opportunity, has and will be Keep Driving.
Oh, same.
Same.
That's nice.
Yeah, from
That
early
was
this
when
year.
they launched early this year. It felt like for some reason I was like, this feels like a lock for my number 2 of my top 10. I bet my number 1 will come out, and this will be a really comfy number 2. But for some reason, things have come in and out of that top spot. But Keep Driving remains so near the top because I think about it so often and fondly. It's the side scroller road trip game, pixel art but beautiful. Kind of card-based combat, but not really. More like turn-based, distinct moves to go through an encounter that is like you are stuck behind this car. How do you manage the stress of that and the impact on the durability of your car? Which is just a bunch of ways to gamify really small road trip moments, including like picking up hitchhikers on the way and having relationships with them and them contributing to your quote-unquote combat moves. With this beautiful soundtrack that sounds so nostalgically 90s, I'm really curious about more people playing this because I am curious who all has that kind of indie rock background, such as myself.
Oh, so this is like a judgment test?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's
and
like, can we hang?
So yeah, totally. It's like there's worthy and
Sarah,
unworthy.
remember
and I want to kind of put you guys.
You're supposed to be in the same bond and allegiance with Leo.
Sorry,
you seem to be
I
attacking him a
actually played
lot.
this
I thought
game.
you guys were in the
I
same
didn't finish
union
it,
here.
But I
Behavior.
played Keep Driving.
Immediate infighting.
Yeah.
But I say that because it taps into something so nostalgic and personal, despite being new music. Like, so shocked to see these albums came out in the last few years. That it is just I have just bonded to it so deeply, and it like means so much to me. Not just the music takes me there, but it's like this idea of road tripping and the ideals of the game and the way it points to like the beauty of everyday things in the world versus just like, let's make the most addicting card battling system ever. It's more about like, I appreciate the rest of my life more in a way that is so beautiful and rare.
Jesus Christ.
Dang it. He's starting. Ugh.
It's about life,
He's working
Sarah.
us over early this time.
Yeah, you're going to argue against life? I dare you.
Yeah.
It's just on Steam right now, but yeah, Keep Driving.
It's just the beauty of life.
I guess you can vote it down if you want to.
Good luck, everybody.
Jacob, I don't really know what you want to push hard this year. What you feel like you need to send up a beacon about for more people to play.
It was weird looking through my list because it's like, I think some years I'm like, oh, no one else wants to play the parry game. And other than Silksong, which will be an interesting debate, but I don't have to convince anyone to revisit. I'm feeling pretty happy with, I think I'm going to have a good overlap of lists this year. That being said,
Okay.
Citizen Sleeper 2 came out in January.
Right.
And I feel
But
like
I didn't play the first one. I'm
it
tired
doesn't
of winning
matter.
sequels.
It doesn't
you have
matter.
to.
You don't have to play the first one. There's no
Okay.
connective tissue.
Yeah.
You promise?
Yes, there is. I played the first one, and apparently there are like 2 characters that are in both, and I could not tell you who they were. That is how little they are connected to each other.
Okay.
It's just like it's partially I put it on this list because I think I need to go back to it and remind myself of how much I enjoyed that, because it is just that thing of it was 10 months ago at this point. But like the writing in that game is so beautiful, and it really, it's like the game is about the concept of work and how that can be exploitative, but also how like personally meaningful just like doing a good job on something can be, which I think as all of us are kind of self-employed, I think is probably a thing that we like struggle with a lot of like, am I doing this because I'm getting something out of it? What does it mean to find value in the work that you're doing? And how do you square that with also, we all have to do this or we literally die? I think that like a lot of the systems are bettered from the first game. It has so many things to manage, but at the same time, I think it's less stressful than the first game and like feeling like you're going to game over if you don't do a certain thing.
Right.
And it's really good at rolling with your failures. It's a game where sometimes you're going to mess up, and it knows that, and the story adjusts for it in new and interesting ways. So it's just like, it's a beautiful and really clever game. It's easy to get into, and the writing is so good. And I don't want to forget about it because it came out so long ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Was it Haley or Kelsey? Did they play it? Some other people played it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Gosh, it feels like it was 30 years ago.
I think Haley for sure. But yeah, it's on Steam. It's on Switch. It's on everything. It's on the consoles as well for Citizen Sleeper 2.
Yeah, and I mean, but it's just like, you know, my last part of this pitch is like, it's not a visual novel game. You know, it's not like you're playing Disco Elysium or whatever, where it's like, I'm just gonna sit down and like read for 45 minutes. It's like really good, fun, systems heavy, compelling forward progression. It's not a game where if you don't like reading, you won't find anything of value in it. Like, it's a really systemically interesting game.
Yeah.
That is the best pitch you could have just given me, Jacob. I appreciate that.
And the numbers get bigger. The
I
numbers
totally
get
had
bigger.
it in the visual novel.
I kind of did too, to be honest.
Part of my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what's so clever about it, is like, it has a loop that you want to keep playing that's connected but not contingent on you enjoying the story.
Yeah. I think like naturally there's going to be a lot of games that kind of are going to be contenders for games that no doubt are great, but we just didn't play, didn't get around to. They pop up every year, right? But one of them that's like really lingering with me and bugging me is just like, I just want to make sure that this game's getting its chance, which is Hell Is Us, which I only played the first 2 hours of. I'm like, this seems cool as hell, exploration focused, third person, Souls-ish combat. But just if you're a fan of, you know, action games and just moody atmospheric experiences where it's an emphasis on exploration of the world and not just staring at a mini-map, but really paying attention to your surroundings, paying attention to what people are guiding you towards. But then also just the art design is unbelievable, just incredibly bold. If you want to wander around a surreal world and see some cool, weird stuff with really bold art direction, it's like, it seems awesome. And it has Fallout vibes at times, just going around talking to the NPCs and stuff like that. And the UI definitely adds a lot to that too, with the whole like retro aesthetic. But like, I think this game's cool as hell from just the opening hours. And I feel like I'm looking around at the group like, I want to make sure we don't miss this. And I feel bad for being like, Jacob, this feels like your jam in particular. And I just want to make sure it's on your radar a little bit.
It is on my radar. The thing that pushed it off my radar a little is that part of the stuff that people were talking about is like, it's got all these really cool puzzles that it doesn't explain to you how to do. And like, there was a lot of talk about kind of the puzzles and how like the game doesn't tell you how to progress storylines and you just figure it out on its own, which I'm sure is compelling, but like is not something that pulls me in immediately.
I hear that. It's definitely, you know, in the beginning at least, because that was definitely the talker, is like, oh my God, you gotta pay attention, look at this. And like in the beginning at least, like it's a video game. It's fine. It's like compared to a Ubisoft game, sure. And maybe it gets to that point where it's just like soak in the world, go explore, poke around every corner, but I don't think it's gonna be as off-putting on that front as you think. And so I know you're a busy man, a busy married man, but a part of me is like, I just wanna make sure Jacob gets Hell Is Us on a screen before we get to the Game of the Year debates, because it could really click with you, I think.
I am interested in it for sure.
Let's see. Janet, what do you want to push? I know you're a Keep Driving fan. Did you have another one that you want to make sure we have on our radar?
I do. I guess, are we doing one or are we doing two? Because if we're doing two, I would like to still talk about Keep Driving, even though Leo already talked about it. I
think we got Keep Driving covered, but yeah, what do you want to push?
I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, sure. I'll do another one. I got Lonely Mountains Downhill.
I was going to ask about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, which also, just really quick, like Keep Driving is also like very high on my list. It's like number 3 on my Game of the Year, just to be clear.
No,
like,
yeah, for sure.
It's not just like a game I played that I liked. Like, I think that game is the best narrative experience from the year by like a mile.
Well, okay.
I think it's better in story than Despelote. I think it's better than like, God, what other narrative game did I play as well?
Claire Obscure?
Claire Obscure?
Honestly, I was more moved by the story and Keep Driving than Claire Obscure, if I'm being honest. I think Claire Obscure is more interesting twists, but I think Keep Driving is more effective and moving in its moment-to-moment narrative.
Yeah, this is a weird question, but it's like, it's not a singular narrative, right? Keep Driving? Isn't it like it's a procedural based on your decisions sort of thing?
Mm-hmm. With a bunch of different endings.
Like, it's scripted. It's not like it's just like... So it's not, I don't know that it has like procedural generation in it, but it's like choice driven.
Yeah, yes. Not what I meant, but it's not like there's a true ending that you're working towards. It's just like lots of different outcomes of scenarios.
Mm-hmm. And kind of set events happen throughout the summer that it takes place on.
Yeah, it kind of, I mean, I think ultimately, obviously, it'll come down to like your flavor of story. Like, I think there's obviously something very moving about like crafting characters and like narrative arcs, which like Claire has, and this does it in the same level. Like, it is a more, they don't have like the same kind of like depth to them, but I think it's the best construction that I've experienced in like quite a long time. But yeah, for just to add a different game to the pile, Lonely Mountains Downhill. You know, Jeff, I'm going to put you as a mark for this because I think it's a physics game at its core. And I think that is what's really compelling about this. Just the controlling of the, you're like biking downhill. That's like the, Lonely Mountains Snow Riders, I mean.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Like, we're talking
the first
about
one
the
was
wrong one. Yes.
Lonely Mountains Downhill, which
Yes.
is like you're driving down with a bike. This one is you're skiing. And they function similarly. So I will admit, if you didn't like Lonely Mountains Downhill, Snow Riders probably isn't going to change anything for you. But I think this studio is a master at creating like the zenness of getting completely immersed in the locomotion. And I think also an unsung aspect of this game that I think is really special is the level design. Obviously, it's like, oh, it's just a mountain that you're going down. But what's unique is that you can kind of create your own pathing in here. I think they also handle difficulty really well, where I'm a big fan of difficulty in small bursts where you have checkpointing still. So a lot of it is that push and pull of how much do you want to go for, you know, time versus like crashing versus just like finishing a course. And yeah, there's just something really beautiful and immersive about it. I think the art direction with like the glistening of the snow is really great. And I think this also has like some of the best sound design of the year as well. So I want to shout out for that. This was a game that I am a big credits chaser. I'm not afraid to admit that. If you think that means I like games less deeply, I don't care. That's just how I am. I hit credits. I say, great, what's the next game I have to play? But every now and then there are those games that push me into a more completionist route. And while I don't think you need that to be considered a great game in my book, I definitely think it helps and signals something different's going on here. And Lonely Mountain Snow Riders is one of those games where like, it doesn't necessarily, well, I guess it does have a credits, like if you do the Last Mountain, like a credits thing plays. But I spent a lot of time doing my own progression loop of trying to clear all like the challenges on each one and really pushing into that on an optional level because that's how enjoyable the game was to me. So yeah, definitely think worth checking out. And it's a quick one as well. Like you only need to spend like, if you spend 30 minutes with it, I think you gave more than enough time to it. Like I think you could spend 10 minutes with this game and get a feel for like what generally is there. So yeah, just shouting that one out because it's a good chance it's gonna be, there's a chance it'll be in my top 10. Again, it's a little bit, I don't have a lot of hard locks.
Interesting.
I don't have a lot of hard locks this year. I wrote down all the games that you guys named and I'll definitely be checking them out. But frankly, the only hard locks on my list are Silksong, Clair Obscur, and Keep Driving.
Interesting.
It's anyone else's game because I feel like there's games that I really enjoyed. Like Despelote is like definitely up there and Roger's definitely up there. But a game where it's like, I'm very passionate, it grabbed me by the wrist, I want other people to play this. It really is just Keep Driving. And if I have to throw another one on the pile, I'll throw Lonely Mountains because that's also been a standout despite coming out at the front of the year. Yeah,
I'm kind of with you where I'm in kind of a murky soup for a majority of my list of like Despelote and Clair Obscur are locks and everything else is kind of like, I liked it a lot. I could swap some of these around at the moment. So like I'm going back right now and like trying to lock some stuff down where like I'm at the very, very end of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like, let me just go back and triple check Donkey Kong Bonanza. I need to roll credits, maybe even check out that DLC before we end that. Cause I think that one might be divisive amongst the group in a funky way, a Funky Kong kind of way.
It's a weird case of, which sounds like really almost like I'm trying to like hate on the other games on my list, but I'm kind of I'm looking for better. It's like, do we not have better than like these? Again, Lonely Mountain Snow Riders I think is a fantastic game, but I'm like, is there something better? Which I think is the fun part of making the list. I know there's a lot of sort of, sometimes people debate like, what's the point of making it? It's so like, oh, we're watering these games down to just a number on a list. I think what's fun is really trying to dig deep and find what are those best experiences. And year to year, one best looks different than another year. And I think that's kind of the fun of it. But I feel like I'm still chasing hard locks at this point.
Yeah.
I have 6 locks at this moment.
Ooh, really? What an ironclad list. Jesus.
Yeah, there's some bangers.
What are your locks?
Shall I just say?
Don't give it away.
Wait, really?
All 6?
Let's hear it.
Here's some locks.
Yeah.
They're not going to surprise anybody.
Yeah, please.
Keep Driving, Death Stranding 2, Despelote, Promise Mascot Agency, Skin Deep, consume me.
Okay, Skin Deep. God, do you feel like enough people played Skin Deep?
Probably not. I know Jacob picked it up after we
No,
talked
I'm
about
sorry.
Finished it.
I'm that person.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's a competitor. And then Promise Mascot Agency is another biggie that I think some other people dabbled in. I don't know if anybody was as hot as you are about it.
Yeah, another one that finished easily within 2 weeks, and I'm surprised how much I keep thinking about it, how much I wish I still had more Promise Mascot Agency to play at night. That driving around Collectathon, you get little upgrades for your car, so you're jumping and gliding around to get to the different collectibles, and there's a super simple card-based combat that's fun with a really great personality, great art, really funny cutscenes, and genuinely strange characters in kind of a mature adult but not trying too hard way. Really unique energy, great music, just an awesome energy to it.
Yeah, but there is a dash of visual novel. So Jeff, be warned. There's a visual novel component.
I've played
you need to
some.
be careful with. Okay.
I've enjoyed it. It's not that visual novel.
All right. Not that there's
They
anything
have
wrong
characters
with
that talk to each other.
that. Okay. That's a big plus.
Right.
That's fine.
Passive income game.
Yeah.
We love those.
Oh, Silksong's also a lock for me, so I forgot to name
Silksong's
that
a
one. So I
lock?
have 4 locks. Yeah.
I got one.
Please.
We talked about this not too long ago, and I know that Janet played it as well, but Dead Letter Department has
Interesting.
stuck in my head way more than I thought it initially would. This is the one where you are, it's basically a horror typing game where you are an employee at one of those places that types out the handwriting on letters that can't be processed by machines. And it's just such a good damn indie horror game. It just kind of hits all the marks of a small idea executed super well, explores kind of all the bits that you could do with that premise, has a great atmosphere and tone and a unique gameplay hook. And I just kind of every year with horror games, it's how can you make a horror game that I haven't played before? There are so many of these things, and you'd think they'd run out. And this is a truly unique and interesting take on it.
Yeah. Does it help?
I beat that off your recommendation. Got the worst ending. Thank you very much.
I think
Is it the one where you follow the instructions the whole time?
Yeah.
No, Jen and I think I
keep
both got
running
that.
into
I
that
got that
issue,
ending
right?
too.
Because I got that ending too, and I keep running into this issue with these games where they're you play it once, you put 10 hours, 5 hours, Dead Letter Department's only 3 hours, and then you get to the end and they're
maybe.
well, that was the bad ending. And it's but if you play it again, you can get a slightly better ending, and there's 5 other endings, and there's so many games where I'm just gonna look up the endings. I keep Silent Hill F, I think was a big, I love that game until they were oh, well, if you want all the good endings, you have to play through it a couple times. I'm I don't want, I want, but I don't want that badly, and I feel I keep bumping into these games this year.
Yeah.
I'm totally with you. I will say my one playthrough of Dead Letter Department was totally satisfying and interesting and felt complete.
Yeah.
Cool to have a perfectly immersive horror game like that. Marie tapping me on the shoulder to ask me something while I was hunched over in the dark typing with the volume on loud. I leapt out of my chair.
It is so. I didn't realize that 4 of us had beat it. So honestly, maybe not a good recommendation for me. 'Cause that feels like plenty of coverage.
Yeah, that helps.
But yeah, it is genuinely very scary, which is a funny thing about a typing game.
Totally.
How do you think we're doing roster-wise for Shinobi, Art of Vengeance? Jacob loves it. I love it. I know Kelsey loved the preview. Have other people dabbled with that game enough, do you think, to give it a fair shake?
Yeah, I think it's great. It's one of those games where I played a couple hours, and the number of great games that I've played a couple hours of this year is just off the charts.
Yeah.
And so I don't know where that lands because of that. But
You sound you saying this game was great sounded like the most damning attack I've ever heard in my life.
It's that game that came out next to the other game that was the same game but not the same game, and then I was like,
It was
I'm
the
just
Ninja Gaiden.
tired.
You got to give
And I
it
was-
credit for that.
And then
it was
Silksong came out
better.
at
It was
the same
better
time.
than Ninja Gaiden. But
I can only do one. There can only be one, and the one's taken a long time. So
It's
I'm
really, really different than Ninja Gaiden. I know it's 2
It
games
is.
about a guy with a sword with an interesting art style, but Ninja Gaiden is a challenge run game, and I would not recommend it to a lot of people, even though I really enjoyed it. Shinobi is if you like playing games, you'll have fun with this.
Right.
It's not a hard game to like.
And it's not going to burn you out, if you just played a lot of Silksong. Like, it's not a Metroidvania. It has very, very, very light Metroidvania elements, I guess, like going back to some levels if you want. But like, don't think that just because you're fried on Silksong that you wouldn't have a good time with as tight of an action experience.
Also you'll beat stuff on like the first or second try. So if you want to feel like really good at a game after Silksong just beats you into the ground.
Yeah,
whoa. If we edit my stuff down to 30 seconds, it looks decent. No, but it's more like just so many, like I don't want to keep multiple combat systems in my head at one time. Like this year I'm really trying to focus on dabbling less and finishing more, which is good for finishing stuff, but not as good for like taste testing. So it's like, okay, well, and I was honestly kind of waiting for this kind of season of what are the like I need to play it and I haven't yet, because I think you can spend years on 1 year and still not get all the best games of the year,
Yeah. Okay, but how about
I've been dabbling more than ever this year. I feel like I've got a record amount of games I played, 50 minutes to an hour to get the gist of.
Yeah. And which you prefer, Leo? Feel like it's a good system for you?
Yeah, because you find a lot that you want to stick with, and you have a little more to say about ones that you didn't play.
Yeah,
that was like my goal. I do the whole year with the 210s in mind. I love the 210s, and I want to be ready to contribute, have a full understanding of everything except the like parry action games, which cuts out like 70% of games. So it's really easy for me to like stay in my lane and try everything.
No, that's like the best part when you're like not interested in something that's going to take a lot of time. I'm like, great, we just saved like 60 hours.
Done. Sarah, do you got another one that you want to make sure people check out?
Well, the issue is I don't want anyone to play these games because it puts me at a disadvantage.
But
like statistically,
we only judge
I feel like
your games.
Yeah, I'd rather like stay in my lane and you guys not play it, and then I can be like, trust me, it's like really good.
Ooh,
and then you'll feel bad because you didn't put any of my other games on the list, and you can't talk me down. So I get something in like I get in like the 17th slot.
What if we promise not to play it, Sarah?
Okay. Well, if you promise not to play it,
yeah.
It's another one of my like EA games that I know makes people really upset.
Early access.
Early access, not Saudi Arabia Ubisoft.
Got it.
But Grimshire.
Yeah.
Grimshire is literally, it's on my list. It's one of the best games I played this year. There's just something about the little woodland creatures going, I don't want to die. That just really sells a farm sim to me. Like nothing's made me farm harder and with more haste and passion than putting the lives of like baby bunnies on the line. And having to like pay taxes to the tax man as like a weird animal zombie infection spreads through the world. Like there's just nothing like it. And look, I love that game.
You're saying you want to hide these things, but like I thought it was freaking cool. I love having permadeath in this farming sim. Haley was all about it. Like, you gotta spread the good word.
Likes it.
It's just a question with early access. It's like, is this the year we push it? Like, is this the year we're going to spend the most
Here's
time
my
in
thing.
It? Yeah.
Is I pushed for did I push for Little Witch in the Woods when that came out, EA? It was on my list, EA. And people were like, oh, like, you shouldn't do that. You should wait till it fully releases. But sometimes those games never get that momentum again.
Yeah, right.
You know, sometimes EA is like the biggest momentum they have. And I figure if I enjoy it enough in EA to put it on my 210s list, like, it's good enough for me. Like, if the gameplay loop is there and solid, why would I knock it?
Yeah, if it's the year where you think you're going to have the most passion about it, we should run it up the flagpole that year. And so I do think Grimshire is going to be a contender. I was going to ask about that one to see if that's going to be.
Yeah, Grimshire for sure. The other one is like, I think Peak is going to be on my list.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
But I don't know what to do about people who like don't have friends. I don't know how to like I don't know how to sell that game to like other people,
Especially like now that we're past the zeitgeist where people were picking it up to play it with their friends.
Yeah.
Hard never to get a group together for it, I imagine.
I mean,
but they got updates, I guess, to rally around.
I think people can still jump in there. But the good news is I think like enough people played enough of Peak. I think that one might be decently well represented.
We did murder you on the mountain, and that was a good memory.
That is true. But I do think like Peak is one that I was losing sleep about. Of like, is Peak quietly going to be like number 9 on our list or something? Like, I feel like it's one that everyone has very fond feelings about it, even if we're not raving about it all the time. And enough people have played it and had a good time with it that like I think it could do really well. I have another couple options of things that are like, I'm curious how this is going to do. Leo, I think Blippo's cool. I know you like Blippo. Is Blippo in the camp of like awesome, but it's not a matter of shooting a flare up and saying, please, more people, Blippo plus, for the love of God?
There's no Atari documentary collection this year, right?
Well, Legacy Collection for Mortal
It's
Kombat.
that Mortal Kombat thing,
But that's
right?
like
I saw
adjacent.
that
It's not
and
like
I was
full.
Were you hoping to shoehorn it in as like the art take?
Yeah.
Honorary number 19.
Right.
Yeah, it would have a better shot without that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I do love Blippo. I would love for more people to play it. But yeah, that's not one of those like die to have it on the top 10.
Yep, I feel the same way. And then I forget, for your locks, did you say the altars?
God, that is that was a lock for my number 1 when I was playing it.
Right.
And then the AI stuff happened, which it had like one temporary asset in there, and then a bunch of the translations for some side collectible videos were AI translated and included like, here's your translation in this language type stuff, which is very, very cringe. But embarrassing. They apologized for it.
Yeah.
We're early in this AI thing. They had to take a big embarrassing hit so we all could see how stupid it is to do stuff like that. I'm not like boycotting the game for that. I'm scared to dive back in because the last time I played it, I was full on hyperventilating at how stressful it was. I was like, I need to play this. I need to become okay with knocking down the difficulty level.
Yeah.
So that I'm comfortable jumping back into it. Because as is now, it's like, damn, that was a scary thing. Damn, I don't want to put myself back in that situation, but I really need to because it really is such a cool game. But it's been so long now. It's a hard one to like boot back up after so long.
Maybe I should knock down the difficulty because like I also had the same. I started it and then like the AI drama, and then I was like, I was busy anyway. I kind of dipped out for a second.
Yeah,
but
right.
I kind of I'm in the same boat of like I don't feel the need to never discuss it. For me, as a what is it called, base builder? Like I've never played a base builder like that before, like ever. So I found it like kind of like I started kind of getting lost in the systems pretty early on, and that's sort of what put me off. But maybe just tuning down the difficulty would make it so that like I can fail up because the stakes wouldn't be as high. But that was the thing that I was like, I don't know if I'm that good, if I'm into the gameplay of this genre yet. Like I just don't know the genre well enough because the story stuff I thought was very cool.
Yeah.
I was intrigued by, but
I've heard even normal difficulty isn't that easy, which is maybe too bad for our what we're struggling with.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's like, God, just like trying to do that specific mining that is only in that game, really cool, unique systems, trying to do that while time is ticking away and I'm like not finding the source of the mine thing with so much on the freaking line. So many lives.
I enjoyed and was really impressed with what I played, but it was I probably am playing on normal difficulty and I didn't get that far and I was already so stressed out by it. Like it is a super stressful game running around on that planet. I think the last thing that did me in was I got super far away from the ship and then I was trying to find my way back. And there was something that was blocking the way that I had come. And it was like, I'm going to die out here and I don't know what's going to happen to all these people. And just like managing all those different clones was very stressful. And it was like, this is a brilliant game that I am too stressed out by.
It's almost too effective. It's almost too well done.
Weird. Interesting. Yeah, because you were so hot at it. I was trying to get a sense of like, I definitely want to go back as well because I think I was playing on PlayStation. I want to start on PC. But okay, interesting to get a sense of where they're at. I'm curious about like Haley for 1,000 Reasons. She plays everything, but like 2 Point Museum is one from her quietly that I feel like I thought it was awesome from like the hour that I played, and I feel like that could be a contender that could probably use some more voices. Dispatch, I'm curious to see like if that story lands, if that's going to keep climbing for the discussions.
Started that, very cool.
Yeah,
I think if that game sticks the landing, it's going to be really high.
Yeah, I think it could
because it's just like no one dislikes it, right?
Yeah.
Like right now, no one's tried it and been like, not for me.
Right? Yeah, that's true. Jacob, where are you at on Absolum? Are you in the camp of like, holy crap, more people play this, you idiots?
I really like Absolum. It's recent enough that I didn't feel like I had to do
right.
Hey everyone, go play this game. We talked about it last week, but like, it's so good. I think it's the bomb. And if I don't know, I think like Ben, you and I together will probably put it somewhere in the high second 10.
Yeah,
or, like towards 20. But like, I think if more people played it, it could move up that list.
If you have never enjoyed a beat 'em up in your entire life, is there a chance? Is there a reason to boot this up still?
Yes. Yeah.
Great,
100%.
great. That's what I
It
need
is.
to hear.
it's the only beat 'em up that I've played where I'm like, this is how it's supposed to feel.
Right on.
Like, not like, what is the strategy here? Why am I getting hit by these things? It is worth trying.
Yeah. No, I think it's just interesting because it is so recent, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think it really grabbed the big group by the ghoulies. Like, I don't think anyone else was really jumping into it, so it's nice to let them know about them. On that note,
Like a Halloween reference, or
it's Xbox Halloween, of course. But I was
Yes,
also
description.
That's right. But I was also thinking about like this group, and there are certain things like, well, of course that's a lock. And it's like, wait a minute, like, are people playing Hades too? Is it just Jacob and I? Like, is anyone else playing it?
I've played a fair amount.
Okay.
And I enjoy it.
Okay. Jeff, your
On
tone
that
is
note, is like-
impossible.
is Silent Hill F also like a? We all assume everyone's played it and everyone loves it. Like, is this something I need to play? Like, Sarah, maybe I'm turning this to you because I know you finished it with Haley, but I don't know where everyone else.
Yeah,
is at
I'm
with
running
it.
into that issue where like I really liked Silent Hill F, but as someone who like didn't play the better endings, I'm like, how much can I fully rate this? Like, how much do I knock it for the fact that I really like this game and I love the concept of the endings, but I personally will not be putting in like 10 more hours to get those endings.
Yeah.
You know, like
right.
I'm struggling with that right now. Like, where do
That's
I
tough.
put it based on that?
You just-
Because great
I mean,
game,
if-
amazing game, but not gonna finish like totally.
If you didn't see the other endings, wouldn't you still really like it?
I think so, but I think it was like the promise of the other endings.
Yeah.
Like the
feels
other
like
endings
that.
really tie it up better than the ending that they give you. You kind of get like the dead letter department ending where you're like, oh, it's like the generic ending that you're gonna get when you don't know what you're doing or when you haven't like unlocked other stuff.
Because I haven't finished it once yet, but I am thinking I'm going to legit do the like multiple playthroughs to do it. I'm very taken with it so far.
I think there's going to be a posse. I think people can represent it here. Janet,
If at least one person plays through all the endings, I give it a big leg up, Jacob.
Yeah.
It's on your
Yeah,
shoulders.
Jacob,
Okay.
I'm counting on you, Jacob.
The legs
See,
on
my-
my shoulders.
My hot take is I kind of prefer the not because it's like I don't think if a game's only good if you do a more completionist route. I feel like they should have made it better in the bait. You know what I mean? Like I kind of like that, Sarah, that you didn't do all the endings because you can speak to like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because I think that's more common. Like there's very few games where I feel like you need to be doing all the. Except for like RE2, where you do the 2 branch, and I guess Nier. I don't know anything about Nier, but you have to play it like 6 times, but it goes by fast. I don't know. Like
Well, then for Nier,
don't
it's
know
like
that one.
they change distinctly
Near a different games.
through the different playthroughs. The Silent Hill
that's what I
F,
heard. I don't know anything about it. I just know
it'll
that,
be like it's like
kinda
different dialogue. It's like different dialogue, some different cutscenes, but like you're going through what I believe like the same puzzles that you've already done, and it's like do it again, and I'm like I don't wanna. I'm sorry.
I think he's going to
Janet,
go with-
get ready to have this real ending discussion about Silksong because that is
Yeah,
a pretty
no, I
interesting
mean,
one.
spoilers on that. I don't, I'm going to beat Act 2 for sure. I don't know that I'm finishing Act 3 because I hear it's mostly a boss gauntlet, which I don't think I want to do. I'm going to dabble in it a bit,
Not
but
the case.
I don't think I'm going to
Not-
beat it.
It's not a boss gauntlet any more than the main game is a boss gauntlet. You just
I
have
don't
to
know.
beat bosses
Jacob,
to
the PR
progress
on
the
this
story.
game is telling me it's a boss gauntlet. So if you want to try to push back against the allegations, now's your time.
How does the regular game work? You play and you explore areas and then you fight a boss. That's what you do in Act 3. It's the same game.
Okay, someone else told me it was like basically a boss gauntlet, but I'll check it out.
I'm telling
Maybe they're
you,
wrong.
they're wrong.
Janet, I heard it's a boss gauntlet. I heard it's like impossible, so we should probably just let it go. I think.
Right, that's a boss
Talk to
gauntlet.
One guy on this podcast who's beat the game.
Yeah, I don't know. Boss
but-
gauntlet.
I'm
sort
liking
of
the
like,
vibes of
you're-
this unnamed person.
You're kind of
in Janet's
combat
life.
crack mode, so I feel like you're. I don't know. Like I have to kind of filter your thing. Like, what about a regular person though, Jacob? Because you're like really good at all of
I'm
these.
not saying it's not difficult, but Janet, you've played an incredibly hard game almost all the way to the ending. I don't think there's anything in Act 3 that is harder than the stuff you've already done.
Also, you are Hornet right now. Just as a little nod to
That's
the
That's
Yeah.
actually a
audience.
great
yeah,
point.
and isn't that enough? Like, do I have? to-
Right.
What? But
Yeah.
my guess is with
Closure.
Silksong is that like it's already like an incredible game, and sure, maybe it would be more incredible, but what a 9 to a 9.5? I don't think that's going to be like that big of a difference for me. But if you think that beating Act 3 would make it a better game to me than Claire Obscure,
No, I
know.
don't want to make that argument. I think that if you beat Act 2 and you're like, I love that, and I'm good on the game, you're right. I just don't want you to disqualify it from finishing it because you feel like for some reason you're not qualified to do Act 3. Because I think if you've made it this far, you could totally get through the rest of it.
Believe in the Jacob that believes in you, Janet.
That's right.
It's not that I don't believe that I can do it. I worry about, which Jacob, you saying that like, no, it's the same thing. It's just like more of the game. Cool. Because I'm like an explorer person. I do the bosses because I have to do them. If I could finish the bosses faster, I would, and I would have the exact same amount of enjoyment of the game because I just am more exploration platforming based, and the combat's just something I do because that's what the game is structured as. So the idea of this being like, okay, I can still get some of that fun, which I did hear there's some good platforming in Act 3, but that's the thing. It's like, can I do all these things? Sure. I don't want to. I don't really enjoy that aspect as heavily as I enjoy exploring and getting to know the world and stuff like that.
I think if you finish Act 2 and you're like, I had a great time and I'm ready to move on to something else, great choice to make. You know, it's not, you're not, the only reason I would say play it is if you were like, damn, I wish there was more Silksong. And it'd be like, good news, there's quite a bit.
Yeah. On the homework front, do you think Eternal Strands or Atomfall are standing a chance for this list? Looking at Leo and Jeffem, the duo?
Atomfall's a very up in my maybes for being on my top 10.
Okay.
I really did love it at the time. It's just been a great year. I don't think it has a chance. I don't think I would tell people to go back and play it, but I'll probably give it its due piece. What you 10?
Yeah. I have 2 other games that I'd like to tell people.
Oh, yes. Take it away.
It's the roguelike time. I'll keep it short, guys.
Okay.
Don't worry. And they're different types, which is why I feel okay bringing it. No cards involved or anything like that.
Okay.
The first is called He Is Coming, and it's basically like a pseudo open world, like very retro kind of RPG. But basically, you're a little knight and you're moving around this map, and every time you're moving, it's ticking down towards these different boss fights. But basically, you're just like collecting armor, and the actual fighting is turn-based, but it's all auto battler. So you're just like creating a build from the hundreds of different pieces of armor and weapons and stuff that you can get and put together, kind of like, you know, like passive relics and stuff in a normal roguelike game. But then you're doing these different fights, and you're doing larger boss fights as you go through it, and it's very, very short, like condensed runs that are just very satisfying, and seeing how different builds work.
What about He Is Coming to Town? Reminder for audio listeners, I'm just a Santa Claus.
There you go.
Okay.
He'll enjoy it too.
He says.
It'll get you on the nice list.
Nice.
The other one's the real freak pick, and that one is called Inventorix. And if you look at it, you're gonna be like, this is a Jeff Mass game, but it might be a game for you if you like Resident Evil 4's type of inventory management, the like
Also
kind of
keep driving.
puzzly, how do I piece all of these different looking pieces into a little space?
What is it? Adventrix?
Can you spell
What
it?
is it?
Can you spell that? I don't know.
It's like inventory, but instead of a Y, it's IX at the end of it.
Okay.
I see Inventress like Tetris.
You gotta
Inventorix.
Yeah, Torix. Inventorix.
Not a great name. This is the problem.
Oh, boy.
But so basically it's like that. It's that inventory management. You know, like put little Tetris pieces basically and cram them all into this little area. But it's a roguelike, and so like you have the Balatro style or you know Luck Be a Landlord style like rent that you have to hit every so many turns. But every turn you're getting a new little piece, and all of the different pieces score you points in different ways, and a lot of them are spatial. So it's like get this one butted up to this type of piece, you know, or however many little alien, you know, flowers you have around this piece is going to score you more and more points, and you're slowly expanding like how much space you have, and it's just tons of different builds, tons of different like sets of different kinds of pieces that you can find. And if you just like that kind of inventory, that's always been a big sell for me in other games where that's not the entire pitch of the game, but it's the entire pitch in this one. And it has you know, like that's solid maybe overplayed roguelike formula at this point of just
Right.
like get enough points. All
right.
It's another just another very good one. I would still say Merge Maestro is like the successor to Balatro in terms of just like, because that has the polish and that has the kind of like anyone can pick up and play this. This one's for the freaks.
Okay.
And if that's you, you're eating good on this one.
Eat Inventorix, everybody. Well, the good news is with all the games we mentioned now, we only have like 2 slots left on the list for the 210s. So I guess it's what, like
Perfect.
Clair Obscure,
Sold.
Donkey Kong,
First
and
two
then,
tens.
Yeah.
call it a day.
Let me say it first ahead of time. Poor Donkey Kong.
This year's
Don't
Final
say
Fantasy
it.
Rebirth, yeah.
Don't say it.
Honestly, yeah.
There hasn't been a shellacking like this since last year's Rebirth.
Sharpening our blade.
But just wait,
Yeah.
just wait. In the wings, we have Kyle Hilliard, Mr. I want to live in Donkey Kong country. It's my favorite
Oh,
country.
really?
on
It's
Earth.
fun, Kyle? Cool.
The only thing he's talked about is the ending.
I agree.
The last 2 levels are brilliant. They might not change anything for you, but
When my
likes
when my
it.
card declines at therapy, they make me play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I have to choose which one.
And to be fair, I really enjoy Donkey Kong Bonanza every time I play it, but I could see it not making this list. Like, it's one of those that's like, right now, it might be like an 8 on my personal list or something. And I think that type of 8 on a personal list, that ain't making this 210s cut. So I do like it. I am pleased when I play it. But at the same time, like, I'm bracing everybody for impact.
Kyle better love that game like it's his child.
Kyle Flotsman is never coming on MinnMax again.
Yeah, that's right. Stay tuned,
It
everybody.
reminds me of like last year when Jacob was like, one of these games, like, Ben, you really love Rebirth, but it ruined like 3 people's lives here, and that's how I feel about Bonanza, honestly.
Pauline hurt us, is how these jokers act. Hey, Jacob, Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, that's making the list, right?
Yeah.
Or do you think there's going to be kind of like a anti-Vampire Survivors? Like,
or is it Mega Bonk?
Yeah, exactly. Is it just going to be like, oh, I don't know, we got Balkan
Right.
on there, like.
It's Deep Rock Galactic.
I feel like Megabonk's gonna like surface in a bad way. I feel like at the 11th hour, people are gonna say, "What about Megabonk?" And then we're all gonna go, "Ugh."
My weird review of Megabonk, because we haven't actually like talked. We've kind of like evoked it on the podcast without talking about it. I've played like 9 hours of it, and I keep playing it, and I'm still like, I don't think this is that good. But I have played 9 hours of it.
Yeah.
That's
Nullify
kind of where
it.
it lives.
Because I do.
I wasn't on for the ball pit discussion.
Me
That's kind of how I
immediately
feel about
closing the
ball
tab.
pit.
Leo?
Is I've got a good amount of hours in it, and I don't feel anything when I play it. And I wonder if Ball Pit plus Mega Bonk would hurt. I don't know how other people are feeling, but would hurt Deep Rock for like generally fatiguing the a million things on my screen numbers constantly going up
Right.
as the game. Like, are we excited to fight for that?
I think it makes Deep Rock's clarity of vision stand out. I think it's the one that I get like annoyed the least while playing.
Yep. I think it does hurt Cauldron, unfortunately, when it turns out it's a lot of things on the screen. So
I'm gonna
Ben.
try Cauldron.
Actually,
one apple is 10
one of-
apples.
one of the mini games in Cauldron is just Vampire Survivor. It has an entire incremental Vampire Survivor that you'll play forever. So
Cool.
shut up.
have you gone on Steam where every other game released 3,000 a day are just Vampire Survivors? That's not selling me. But I'll check out Cauldron. So help me God, Jeff and I will check out Cauldron. It is on my list. Does anybody have like big pile of shame things that they know they need to get back to before the end of the year here? Like what's like?
I have to finish Expedition 33,
Yeah, that's
and
a
it's
big
hanging
Me too.
over my head.
Yep.
I'm
like
2 hours
guillotine
from the end.
itself.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Sarah, where did you leave off?
I left off where you collect that one guy in the snowy place. You collect one of your characters for your party in the snowy place.
Pretty early.
Okay, you got a lot.
Okay, you say pretty early, but it's like at least 20 hours, right? Or something like.
Feels like a third, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Depends on, how much side
I
stuff
put
you do.
heavy hours into that game. Like, everyone's like, it's a short RPG, and it can be for sure. But I put a lot of hours. But I
Oh,
liked
no,
all the hours.
it's-
Like, it flew by. Like, I didn't feel like I was stuck with it or something.
Yeah, I think I was like a 45-hour credits, something like that.
Yeah, I was probably around 40, I think. That's. A good
I
one,
want
yeah.
to finish Blueprints, but The iPad notes are so dusty, guys. I don't know what's going on in that game. I don't know how I can finish it.
You can't. You can't.
That could be top 10 or not on the list at all. I'm so curious about that.
Yeah, I want to finish it so I can more definitively rank it. Even though I think I'm done forming opinions on it. Like I was really hot on it when it first came out. We did that bonus pod. Me, Leo, and Haley. I don't know if anyone else was there for that bonus pod episode on Blueprints. And then I think there was a second
myself.
You guys
Just
said,
gonna go
sorry,
kill
Sarah,
myself."
I don't look, it was a podcast
I
from
don't know
like
who
8
else,
months
who
ago.
else played that game, and I'm like, I did.
sorry.
Why did I even play games?
You know what? Honestly, I messed up. I should have said who else was on there and just act like I couldn't remember anybody. You're right. If I don't know everybody, I should just not have known anybody.
It was me, and I don't know who.
Like it was me and talking to some. There were other squares.
Somebody was like really into it at the beginning.
Filtering in and out. I don't really know, but I was really into it at the time. But then the RNG has weighed on me a little bit. I don't think it totally knocks it down, but I definitely see the initial complaints that people kind of came out with of that game. I was like, I don't see that yet. And
People
I'm
kind of
like,
turned
I'm
on
seeing it a little.
Blueprints. Like
Yeah.
I was like pro Blueprints. I was so excited for this game. I really enjoyed it. And then it felt like it just like hit a big speed bump. Like it just hit the wrong crowd, or like it went outside the bubble that it was supposed to be in. And then
That's me. I think I'm the
I
wrong
was like,
crowd,
oh
Sarah. I
God,
think I'm the-
you know, yeah, you have a lot of, you know, and then it started this mounting evidence against it being a bad game. And I'm like, no, it's like still a good game. I fear we have left containment on this one.
Ooh, speaking of which,
I think that's exactly what happened. It was like kind of a sickos game that was so well made that all the sickos were like, no, you guys should really try this one. And then I tried it and I was like, no,
I'm sick now.
I don't want to do anagrams.
Also, though, I want to finish this game, preferably like largely like on my own, right? Like without using like guide help or like answers from friends, even though there's an element of collaboration that kind of feeds into these games as well. Like me and my like partner were playing it together and we had a shared note system and he beat the game, but I haven't beat it yet. The other reason I really want to beat it is because I am doing research for the other dumb people out there. Because I'm not a big puzzle
Reconnaissance.
person. And I want to be able to tell, I haven't been able to report back to my fellow dumbs yet. You know, people like Mike on Indie Council, like Patrick on Remap. And I feel like
Don't just
I
name
want to be
my
able,
fellow dumbs. I will now name everyone.
I know who they are. We're all hanging out
I won't
together.
say who
We
told
all
me
say,
Act
hey,
3 was a boss rush, but I'll name all the dumb people in my life.
Is this what? I didn't say who told me that. That was not either of those people. But yeah, so we'll see. I don't know.
Okay,
that's another game where it's debatable where it ends as well. So
Yeah, I like Blueprints is one of those, like, I loved it. I loved it absolutely, but I'm afraid to. I feel like what if I bring it out, I will be shot down.
No, you will not. I think it's going to get.
Oh no, I think
it's gonna get
it is a
fair
great
shake.
game for sure.
But Jen,
I want to give it another session to feel what it's like to play it again and not just have
No,
it like.
though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it'll make me
don't.
like it more. I think as I grew
don't.
distant from it, it was like, screw that game. That game was mean to me near the end.
Yeah, we
versus
want-
like I can
me feel stupid.
reappreciate what's good about
we
it.
want an accurate list here. I will say, Janet, you know, you follow your heart. I will say the idea of you getting back into and picking up all your notes from the beginning of the year for Blueprints, impossible. Like, there's no universe where that's going to happen.
Her notes are like really well organized, but yeah, mine look like I'm the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah, that's why the Zodiac Killer had to stop killing people, because they kind of put it down
can't
for a
read his
couple
own notes
months and
anymore.
then they could go back to their notes.
What the hell was I even talking about?
What about the game that, because of the big donations during Give to the Max, it's going to be starting at the #1 slot? But we
Roottrees?
can move it. Yeah, Roottrees Are Dead. Do you feel like enough people have
Oh
played
God.
that?
Brilliant.
I love
Leave it
that
Pile of
there.
shame for me. Yeah, no, I really need to play that.
Yeah, I think
I
a lot
started
of
it
That's another
last
game-
weekend. It's really, really good. I do want to
I don't.
finish it.
That's another game that I'm scared is gonna like break containment. You know, I'm like standing in front of
Yeah.
it. I'm like, don't ruin this for me.
Well, I have
do
a
wanna
question
say
about
if-
that game,
if-
actually.
If anybody played Return of the Obra Dinn, you have to play it. It is the modern evolution of Return of the Obra Dinn. Like if you like that, you will like this.
That's why I'm like, what exactly is the style of game? Because I was told it was like deduction,
Yeah.
but like you're on a computer.
Right,
I'm a
that's
little
it.
worried I won't be able to play it, but I think I'll know that pretty early.
Yeah.
Like in terms of how puzzly it is. Is it more? I was just told it was like very narrative heavy, and I'm into narrative, but I'm bad at puzzles. So I'm like,
It's not. There's no like. I don't think there's puzzles. It's just a matter of like. It's like when you're doing like a research paper, and you're like, I should dig into this more, and like I'm trying to like understand what the connection between these two things are. It's not like the
telling me-
round peg goes in the round hole levels puzzles. You know.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Is it a game where like like Obra Dinn, you could just kind of like play with someone else sitting next to you because it doesn't really matter who's touching the controller. Is it that sort of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like it's not as visually appealing. Because the Obra Dinn was very visually appealing, and the Roottrees Are Dead, it's just like a PC screen, and you're just like, you literally just have like several windows open, and you're just like reading Wikipedia entries, basically.
But you never know which part is relevant, or you don't always know. And I could see one person going, wait, scroll back up. What was that thing about their...
And it is like it's just kind of like a talking about what's potentially going on sort of game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a what happened game.
Right.
So it's like you're delving into the past via like old records.
Sarah, I think I'm always amazed, even though you've done like, 4 of them at this point or whatever, like the amount of like fear you have about the 210s is always surprising to me. You're like, I'm scared people will go play this good game because it might influence the ranking.
Yeah, I don't know why she's not getting better about it. It's not like every year we do the same thing to her with her picks.
Her picks have gotten number 1 year after goddamn year.
That was only because my picks were like Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring.
And Chicory.
I'm so sorry about Chicory. Okay. I apparently will be repenting for that till I die.
I'm just saying, you've done very well for the number 1 picks for the last several years.
This is part of the, part of
we need a word for like
she gets.
We need a word that it's not, because it's not quite normie. Like some of our taste is normie taste. Like if you like, no offense, like Spider-Man for PS5, which I love that game, but like that's a normie ass game to play.
Right.
It's like the kind of game that people play that they only have one game and they're like, I like, so that kind of thing. But we need that like a normie term, but for like the 210s. Because that's where it's like, I feel like my list is very like MinnMax normie. It's not like regular normie, but it's like, I do well in the 210s because I have a basic, contextually basic taste.
No, I don't know. I just feel like, I feel very similar to Jeff and his roguelikes, where it's like, I have my tastes and they're very specific, and sometimes they're like very in a different direction. And I do like some mainstream stuff, but it's like Whisper of the House that we're going to talk about, and then Town to City, like those are also on my 210s.
Yeah.
Right?
Personal 10,
but it's like, I wouldn't be like, everyone else should play this decorating game, Because it's like, decorating is a very niche interest of mine.
Yeah, I hear
and so is like medieval town building. Hot girls love medieval town building.
Yeah, they're obsessed with it. Which reminds me, Town to City in early access now, everybody. This is a game from Galaxy Grove and the publisher Quayle. How did you find Town to City, Sarah?
Town to City, I think, was in like one of the Wholesome directs.
Okay.
And I saw it and I was like, this is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a voxel art style. It's got a beautiful, like, the way the light falls on my voxels in the setting sun, and it like changes the hue of everything. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous game.
It's crazy. Yeah, so they describe it as an idyllic 19th century Mediterranean town that you're building. And Jeffem played it. I jumped into it last night. And Sarah, just last week on this here podcast, we were talking about like the scope of games that you like. And I was like decrying, why aren't there more games like Sim Town from 1995, where it's, smaller than SimCity, but bigger than The Sims, and jumped into Town to City. I was like, this is exactly the type of city builder that I want. Peaceful, chill, just big enough, just complex enough. This game rules already. And it's just in early access here. But Jeff, you dabbled a little bit too?
Yeah, I enjoy city builders conceptually, but like the big ones just are too complicated. It gets to the level of like, I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know how to be good at this. And I haven't really played a city builder that is like free form like this. I think like Manor Lords is also kind of like that, where it's like you can put stuff at any angle, and you're in this one, you're literally painting roads however you want them and stuff. And like that ended up adding so much. And also just the granularity of what you're doing without it being super complicated. But like the part that sold me on it last night was I was, just like putting down houses one at a time as families were moving in. And so I just I had this road that snaked in a really awkward way because I wasn't thinking ahead and planning anything out in a smart kind of way. And then I had a couple food stands built out, and I realized that the food stands weren't reaching like the last 5 houses that I built because of the way that the road went. Like they have a distance that they can get, and it was too far out. But I realized like I had left just a little bit of space in between two of the houses. And I was like, can I just extend like the road from where this food cart is and cut through the backyards of all these houses and go through this little spot between them and like connect back up to that road. And as soon as I did it, all those houses lit up and they were all getting food. And it was like, okay, like you've sold me on, like I haven't played a city management kind of game that is like that in the weeds, but still not, but I'm still not lost as to anything that I'm doing.
It's friendly and cozy. It's just like, if you need to move something, it's like, just you don't have to destroy it and then rebuild it and it'll cost you nothing. Like, you can just slide things around. There's just a nice little move cursor option for you here. So, Sarah, someone who's played like a lot of this, like, will this game ever stress us out? Or is it just, I want to say like chill city builder, but that feels like it's something like, I don't know, Dorf Romantic or something, like this still has like the strategy and the meters you're trying to move, but like, is it going to get stressful as you keep building out this little town?
I mean, I really haven't hit a stress point. I think the most stressful it got for me was like sometimes your citizens will come and they'll like demand things of you.
Right.
They'll be like, I want a park with 50 trees and I want it to be within walking distance of your house or whatever. And you're like, oh my God, now I got to figure out where I'm going to put 50 trees. Like, but it's not punishing. There is no death. There is no destruction. If they're not close enough to the food, they're just not happy, but they're not dying. And I just love how creative you can get with it.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of like Tiny Glade in a way. So like if you put 2 windows, you can decorate the houses too, which I think is like one of the biggest things. Is like if you put 2 windows next to it, it'll make one big window. Where if you take a flower that you can put in the park and you go to put it on a house, it'll turn into like a basket, a flower pot, like trailing vines, just depending on where you put it. Like lights too. Like, this is just a street lamp. Incorrect, because if you move it to a house or a shop or anywhere else, it'll transform depending on where you have it. And I think that's so cool. I think when you put down, like I put down a little barber shop and you can actually see inside the barber shop, which I think is so cool.
That's cute.
There's a bistro and you can see your villagers like walk up and sit on the patio of the bistro. And you can make, like in most city builders, you don't really have a lot of control over what your small areas look like, what your negative space looks like. But in this game, you can make little patios, you can do like little chairs, you can make a little park, you can like, you really have like total control of this game in a very non-stressful environment, which I feel like is rare for these city builders. And I'm so excited to see what I haven't played like the farmland. There's like different locations you can build and then all of them connect in a way. Where you can have more like agriculture out there versus like you're trying to build, and it literally is like town to city, right? Because you start with the little houses, and then as your population grows, you can upgrade the houses. And you naturally see your city centers grow, kind of similar to city skylines, where like the density will just automatically grow one area, and then everything will get pushed outwards. Like your smaller houses will be further and further away. You have to build more city centers. But yeah, it's a very cool, easy game, fun to decorate. Like I got sucked in immediately with this one.
Yeah, it just feels like the perfect level of complexity for what I want from a city builder. And like I was jumping in and playing Jurassic World Evolution 3, which I do like. We'll talk about it probably on a future episode. I think Kaylee's been playing a little bit too, but it's just like, I like this, but this just feels like a breath of fresh air just to come in like, okay, it looks so gorgeous and it's so simple, but it's still nudging me the directions I want to go. And the music is freaking amazing, just chill strings rolling throughout this. But it's from Galaxy Grove, and forgive me for bungling the name, but the lead developer here who founded the studio is Joost van Dongen. They're Dutch, so please forgive me, that was probably way off. But it's the same developer who made a game called Station to Station, which is also like a voxel look. And back in 2023, when we had our underappreciated games of the year, one Were 320 wrote in from the community to be like, Station to Station rules. And so now we're getting the follow-up to that game. It really just feels like, okay, you had your train fun. Now where are the trains going?
I feel like I wanted Station to Station to be town to city.
Right.
Because I played Station to Station and I was like, it's just not really clicking. But now it is.
Yeah. So how much time have you put into this? Do you feel like there's a long roadmap ahead of you for spending more time and building stuff out?
I feel like I always want to go back to it. This is one of those games that you can go back to.
Yeah.
Like I feel like for most city builders, like if I had to go back to like my Manor Lord's town or my City Skylines, I'd be daunted. Yeah. I'd be like, I don't know what's going on there. Like I don't know what I was working on. But with a game like this, you can really just jump in and just start like, I'm going to put a house here because I want to. Like, I'm putting the research lab over here. It's got that technology tree that I love. So you're like generating the research points, and then you can unlock new buildings, and the new buildings will unlock other buildings and like new decorations and stuff like that. So yeah, this one's definitely going to be on the list this year.
Yeah, it's really sweet. It doesn't, it's just on PC, early access. I don't think there's even controller support for it.
I've been playing it on the Steam Deck, and I think they have most stuff mapped out.
Oh, they do? Oh, good.
I mean, I'm still using the mouse pad on the Steam Deck,
okay.
but I think they have everything kind of mostly mapped out at this point.
Oh, cool. Okay, funky.
I also do really like that. Even just in the couple hours that I've played so far, it already felt like my town was evolving organically, and that's one of the things that I find really interesting about cities. When you see some cities where it's like, why are the streets the way that they are in St. Paul? Like, it doesn't make sense, but like it makes sense when you're building it, when it's like, okay, well, I have my first couple stores and my first couple houses, and this is just the way I laid it out, and now I'm just gonna keep building on that. Like, I don't always get that from like a Sim City where everything is just like perfect grids from the outset. Like this feels messy in a way that leads to a more organic city that you just kind of end up with. That's the way it is because that's the history of it as it was getting built. And that's really cool to me too.
Do you remember living in Minnesota when the biggest political scandal of all time hit? When our governor, Jesse Ventura, he said that the streets of St. Paul were laid out by a drunken Irishman. And oh, did we not like that? It was like, Jesse, you gotta go, buddy. It was really tough times.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
in hindsight,
he also
that's
said nurses
accurate.
get paid too much and that people shouldn't go to college or whatever. So he had some issues.
And he also
sounded lovely.
Well, he was great, but he also said, I have no time to bleed. And I was like, well, every human has time to bleed, Jesse. Come on.
It's not about having time, really.
Right, exactly. Come on, man.
That wasn't his worst quote in that movie.
Hey, Jeff Marky Fava, you want to bow out of here, dude?
Yeah.
I mean, you can hang out too if you want to hang out and talk Battlefield or something.
I kind of want to hear about Sarah's other game.
Oh, thank you. Wow, thank you.
Wow. All right.
Can we hear about that one?
You got it, Jeffum. You're the one who said you had to go for kid reasons.
He wants to hear about Whisper of the House.
All right, but it must be whispered about.
Yeah, the name I do struggle to remember. I am like Whispers of the House, Whispering House.
Yeah, it's tough.
This was made by a Chinese indie studio, like an indie game studio, and I think I've never played a game made by like a Chinese indie studio before, but it's very cool that they localized it so we're able to play it.
Yeah.
This is a little pixel game, and it's for everyone who played Unpacking and was like, I wish I was just decorating.
Yep.
I wish I could just decorate whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. It's a very interesting game. They put you in this like little pixel city that you can walk around in, which I was very shocked by. And you're working for like essentially like a decorating company. And you get hired to go out to these various houses that you have to walk to. And as you walk around this little pixel world, there's like, you can like pick up trash. You can buy furniture at the little furniture stand. You can buy books at the book stand. It's a very like cluttered world. Which I was really impressed by when I was like, I thought it was just decorating.
Right.
And then you walk to these little houses, and the way you decorate is by pulling things out of a box, very similar to Unpacking. You know, like you'll pull out one thing, you'll pull another thing, and then you have to lay out the room. There is no like rules. Like I think if you just threw everything on the ground, they'd be fine.
I was pushing it a little bit. I jumped into this one too because I was like, yeah, is there any logic here? Can I make this house look like crap? And it's like, yeah, it's just for the thrill, whatever you want to do with it.
It's just to have fun like decorating, you know? Like if you're just looking to like throw things on the ground, it's like why would you play it in the first place?
Right.
Kind of weird. But what I was interested by is how they like built a story and like secrets into each of these houses.
Okay.
So like you'll go to like a wizard's house and you're like cleaning up all the wizard's artifacts. And it'll be like, oh, he disappeared. And you're like, he disappeared. Like we haven't seen him. And then you go into this other room. There's like several rooms in the house that you can usually decorate with. And they'll be like, oh, like there's all these potions here and a magic spell book on the ground. And you can open the magic spell book and there's like directions for how to make potions. And if you mess around with that, you eventually like find the wizard in like a fourth dimension. if you like play with that and you get him out, and there's also a house where like you go to the past, and because you unpack this grandpa's house, he like doesn't die, killing himself, unpacking his belongings.
Thank God.
So this game has like a lot of wild like things to discover in it, on top of like I was just fine with the decorating.
Right.
I was like down to decorate, and then they're like, oh, actually there's like all this weird stuff that you'll discover while you're decorating, like secret rooms and like fun little puzzles. And then they're like, or you could just like decorate a kombini and put a bunch of like bottles on the shelves in a line, and I'm like, yes, I want to do that.
Right.
Like this game had my heart rate low. Like I don't think I've ever been so
Dangerously
relaxed.
low.
Like I was tracking it on my watch, and I could tell when I was playing it because it was just like, damn, you've never been this relaxed in your entire life. And I'm like, tell me about it.
Sleep.
Yeah, really good. Like, are you dead?
Administering CPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that there's like, you know, some little narrative details. Like, it is unpacking without the narrative from what I play, but it is cool to like, okay, every house is still going to have little interesting quirks and things you can kind of piece together. I think that adds a lot. Even like you mentioned, like walking around the town. It was like, oh, I was not expecting that layer to this whole experience here.
Did you
It
play
is
Habbo
short.
Hotel, Sarah?
Yeah, I did. It looks a little bit like Habbo Hotel.
It kind of does. I feel like the nostalgic vibes there would add to the comfort.
Except whenever I walk into a room, there's not people like ERPing and telling me that I have to be their child or something.
Right, which is too bad. But
Yeah, no game's perfect. But yeah, this thing, it came out August 27th, and it's not early access, right? It's the flat-out
No,
release.
this one's out.
Sweet. It's sitting at overwhelmingly positive reviews. I mean, so is Town to City. So congrats on finding another gem that's extremely up your alley, Sarah. Mm-hmm. Sweet.
They find me.
Yeah.
We're like magnets.
You do like Town to City more than Whisper of the House? If we had to make you grossly...
Why would you make me do that? No, I think
it's
I
fun.
like Whisper of the House more.
Really?
Like Town to City is like a cute city builder, and
Yeah.
I think it's incredible, but Whisper the House, that really did like I just want to decorate. And a lot of games don't let you just decorate. Like it's always got to come with caveats of other work you have to do.
Right.
And then I find that a little annoying. They're like, "Oh, work for your furniture." And I'm like, what if you just gave it to me though? Like wouldn't that be way more fun?
There we go. Whisper of the House. Name that thing. And now Jeffum's going to go whisper in his house.
I'm gonna go investigate the 9 games that I have on my list now.
Woo! What do you have to play?
Sherlock
What do you have to
Holmes
play?
would.
What do you have to play?
I wrote down Road to Empress, Citizen Sleeper 2, Hell Is Us, Dead Letter Department, Grimshire, Absolum, Despelote, Whisper of the House, and Megabunk. Because fuck you, I want to play that.
Okay. All right. Do it, man.
So-
All right. Thanks,
Yeah.
Jeffum. Goodbye.
Bye.
none of my games. Wow.
No,
That's
Oh, that's crazy.
Leo, quietly in the background, there's been a huge game release that you have been kindling your fondness for secretly, like a little Santa secret, and you say, unleash me, my reindeers, let me ride through the night sky and tell the world about a game called Battlefield 6.
Hello. I guess I was trepidatious a little bit because the finals is my shooter, and who has time to even keep up with one shooter these days?
Right.
But Battlefield 6, after the first couple of sessions, it really asserted itself. I started to, I love to find a specific Leo-centric loadout that I don't feel like anyone else is doing, and I've really found that in a couple of those in this game. I've got, the weapon modification stuff is obviously insane. Every time you're getting a kill, you get 5 mods for your weapon. And then I end up building this really specific version of a shotgun that has slug rounds. So it's like this super long range shotgun, and I have less of the recoil modification mods so that I can have like a longer scope on it. And I end up with this sniper shotgun that just feels like like our beloved roguelikes. You feel like you're breaking the game. It's like, I can't believe I'm allowed to do this much damage at this range, but it's a specific thing I've built. And I'm doing it on like a recon loadout, which is built for having a sniper, the recon class. But I end up like using the shotgun because it works close range too, obviously, to like take buildings, get to good points, and then using like the recon kit, the drone, which, you hear drone, you go, I've droned in video games before, great. But droning in Battlefield, like the one thing everybody agrees Battlefield does great is that sense of being in this huge conflict with the sounds of everything. And you can just fly above it safely in your little drone, and you can really spectate these fights and be helpful by spotting for your teammates and get really valuable assists from that like, meaningful on the scoreboard too, which is a fun bonus. And the sound there too is incredible. Of like a huge explosion goes off and your drone will like the feed will get a little staticky and the sound will totally cut out and not come back for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Like the amount of detail in all of that stuff makes it really fun moment to moment.
I think that's what I need. I think that I need to become a drone man in this game because it's like every time I jump into Battlefield 6, I want to like it, and it's like I just can't. I can't even, to say the word compete is too much in a modern first-person shooter. But like I can't even stand my own. I can't even play the game. I feel like I just get annihilated so quickly. So like I was excited to check out the Battle Royale that surprise drop this week and stuff. And it's like, okay, you know, I love PUBG. I love Call of Duty's Blackout. Maybe this is going to rekindle some of those emotions. And I still need to play with like some friends and play in a group. Obviously, this is going to be the make or break, you know. But just like playing on my own with some randos in there, I was like, I am just dragging them down. And now it just feels like getting slaughtered in Battlefield, but with a longer respawn time, which is not what I'm looking for. But it was not optimal situations. But have you jumped into that new stuff that they launched this week?
Yeah, Jacob and I played last night with Alex Van Aken from Game Informer and my friend Ian. We ended up getting a full squad together. And then the first match, we were having good fun, learning it, enjoying it. And then the first match we had all 4 of us together, we won, which was a really, really fun match.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
And
I'm retiring.
hey,
I'll
congratulations.
never play another one.
Yeah, you've really done it.
No, Jacob, your skills. It's a waste to not use them.
Yeah, believe me, look, if there was someone dragging that squad down, it was me, the guy who downloaded Battlefield 6 earlier that day and was still like, what's the button to spot people?
Did you like it though, Jacob?
Yeah, I really like this Battle Royale, like
good.
shockingly much. I played, I mean, so it's like I downloaded Battlefield 6. I played like 3 normal multiplayer matches, experienced just complete utter chaos, either getting shot in the back or the whole team is trying to run up a hill for 15 minutes and we can't do it, and then the match ends, which is kind of the Battlefield Rush experience. Like I've played that in other games. But the Battle Royale is really cool. It is very Warzone, to the point of like, yes. Oh boy, they are really doing Warzone. You know, you're picking up armor plates and you're putting them into your chest with like exactly the same animation and all of that. But it's got a number of things that I think help. One, the most annoying thing about a Battle Royale is you take a long time queuing up, you dive in, you land next to a squad, and they just kill you immediately, and then you have to wait again. Like, and it's just kind of like, why am I even playing this? And in this, they have a very, like, simple to the point of seeming dumb solution, but it works, which is just like, if you die in the first couple minutes, you just respawn.
Right.
Like, you just come back. Even if you get squad wiped, everyone just gets to come back. And so it's like the first couple minutes of a match are kind of, you know, like training fun time, and it's not as serious as in other games. And then they're just really good at giving you a lot of things to do that aren't fighting guys. They have like missions that are popping up constantly through the match. And the missions themselves aren't interesting. They're just like go align a satellite dish or like find this intel. But like, they're enough that the map is pretty big. Even if you're running around and not like running into firefights, you feel like you're doing something. And multiple people are kind of pulled towards a mission at the same time. So while you're doing a mission, you might run into a squad that's trying to stop you. And then suddenly you're in a fight and it's fun.
Yeah.
It created a really fun like narrative to the matches of a progression of working to actually do something. And whether you're splitting up to do it or teaming up to do it, or let's take a destruction mission where you have to destroy these 3 things because we have a helicopter right now and it's going to be way easier and more fun to do it. And we did it without getting out of the helicopter, just buzzing over these little things we had to destroy. And in our win, we did a mission which earned us the reward of a vehicle trailer key, which is how you get the tanks. You have to have a special key card that lets you into this trailer and then you get the tank out. And then we spend the rest of the match fighting in this tank, reloading the ammo. You can only do that in specific places. So tactically going from those spots to those spots, tactically healing when we're getting attacked. Like we really had to maintain this tank, but having it made us feel so powerful. And it's not just like you get lucky and get to the tank first. It's like you've got to earn it and it'll only come out at this specific, past this point in the match, you know? So it's maybe too early to say whether it's totally balanced or not, but we like had to really fight for our lives still, but we had the fun and thrill of being in a tank. And it just took a lot of strategizing of like, oh, there's somebody who has a rocket launcher ahead. Somebody get out of the tank, run to the side and flank him, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and then there was another match where we also got a tank, and then clearly another squad was like, hey, us 3, let's shoot it with a rocket launcher at the same time. And they did that. and the tank immediately blew up. So it's like, if you're coordinated, you can get rid of another squad's tank.
Oh, so that's interesting.
Yeah, including like there's things you can just pick up, like you can get a vehicle destroying loot box, and put a rocket launcher on a class that doesn't normally have it. So you can kind of spec within the match versus going, oh, I didn't start with the right class and now I'm screwed against a specific thing. Having the freedom to have like defibrillator on a different class is fun and only in this.
Right, but then they have that weird gauntlet mode, which is also in this, where you are carrying over your multiplayer loadout into that, and it's like a squad-based thing. Squad-based, round-based
I didn't even see
thing.
that.
Yeah, that's like another thing. So they have like, it's called Red Sec, which it's confusing, but that's like the free version of Battlefield 6, the components that you can download now, and you can play Gauntlet or the Battle Royale.
I thought Red
Battle
Sec
Royale
was
was
just
just
what the Battle Royale was called.
Yeah.
I think Red Sec is the overall umbrella, as far as I understand it, and then within that is Battle Royale and Gauntlet as kind of the two modes. And so you can just download that separately, even on consoles there, free to play. And then it's like, all right, they obviously are trying to push you towards the main multiplayer and stuff.
I'll say the other nice thing about jumping into the Battle Royale is like, obviously there are a bazillion unlocks in the multiplayer mode, but like not in the Battle Royale. In Battle Royale, everyone's just running around kind of picking up weapons based on the color that they are in the loot box. So it's like, when I started playing regular multiplayer, I was like, I don't have anything cool for any of my kits. But in the Battle Royale, that doesn't really matter because every time is a fresh start.
Yeah.
And you can unlock stuff that you get and everything. And it is cool because the one way it does cross over is there is a way to get rewarded that is, it drops a thing and you can pick up one of your custom guns from it. Just one of the things you have in your loadout screen. Your favorite gun from the regular multiplayer, you can still use if you earn it in this.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so like the environment here, they're in Southern California, and the ring that closes in are just like Southern California wildfires. And it's like taking place in the near future, and they also have like flooded areas of the map as well. It's just like, it's just a weird kind
Not
of like...
as future as I want it to be, but that's okay.
That's
It's
insane.
exactly it.
The wildfires.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're like, what if we made a game based around climate change that was also as apolitical as humanly possible?
Right.
Like the
It's not easy.
battlefield perspective.
Yeah. And I guess to be fair, like in Battlefield 5, the Battle Royale was also a ring of fire. But that was like, taking place in, Germany or whatever. Yeah, Firestorm.
So the free-to-play thing is crazy because it's like, even with just the way Jacob was saying, so much UI from Warzone, it's like it's so comfortable for Warzone players to jump into this. It is, with the free-to-play thing especially, it is like, wow, they are making it. They have made a tactical plan to come at Call of Duty specifically.
Yes.
Like that is, I see now all the meetings they had of how are we going to come at this corner of the Call of Duty experience and bring it down.
and worth saying, like, first day, probably a ton of people playing. Servers are really smooth, really easy to get into matches, no hitches like that. Like it is, they are pulling out all the stops to make this work.
Yeah, it's interesting too. I mean, they could have launched this 3 months down the line, but like so quickly. It's like they have that cadence down of like, this is when we need to inject another wave of enthusiasm for Battlefield 6. Right when we launch Season 1, let's just push everything we have. And it's so funny to try and get a read of like the Battlefield community because they are on edge about just not wanting this game to get Call of Duty-fied. Like any skin that is slightly away from camo, they're like, nope, too stylish. Nope, it's losing the vibe. It's losing the vibe. Like already they're saying that, nope, sorry, that's too wonky of a mask that character's wearing. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, as a Battlefield outsider, crazy boring looking this game. I mean, everybody looks exactly the same, and maybe that's better for the feeling of being in war, flying the drone around. If you saw 30 people in different Hatsune Miku suits instead of 30 people in different general war camo, that would maybe be a very different experience.
Right.
And I can see why people are scared of it getting there. But
do you feel creep to that though? Like, do you think like as time rolls on, they'll be like, it's Ariana Grande, it's Sabrina Carpenter.
It's been a huge point of contention.
Even if they were like, it's a ghillie suit. Like, we're not even there yet. The level of like outfit. They're like, yeah, you can have a parachute that has gray camo instead of green camo.
Yeah, it's great. It's like there definitely is a middle ground between Ariana Grande, great artist, of course, and total military guy, where I care or even think about what I look like, and I have not done that once.
Yeah, but they've said it's like such a big point of contention, sir. Like they've said that like we're keeping this grounded. Don't worry, everybody. But everybody,
they always say that, and then they're like, I actually want $20.
Yes.
Here's like the Dark Knight. Like here's Batman.
No, really. I mean, I remember even like PUBG when it launched, they were like, we're keeping this thing grounded. These skins are going to get too wacky. And then it was like the Joker was in there within like
Godzilla is in the game. You fight him.
But a grounded take on Godzilla. It's respectful.
I appreciate them thinking that that's what's going to happen. I appreciate their intentions.
I mean, so my question is though, like if you're jumping into play Battlefield 6, surely for the near future, you're going to be going Battle Royale. But do you feel like, Leo, if you stick with this, and keep coming back with friends, that you're going to go Battle Royale or multiplayer?
Honestly, maybe multiplayer. At its worst, it is a little too chaotic where you're just spawning and dying, just spawning and dying. But when you go on a crazy run where you're like set up tactically and you're communicating with your friends, so much happens so fast. Battle Royale is fun too. It's interesting having Battlefield gameplay with like two teams fighting in this small house and around this small house.
Right.
That's such a different vibe that the Battlefield gameplay does respond really well to. But I think the conquest mode is just like it's the bread and butter, and I get why. There's so many different anything. Anytime it's not going great for you, you can pivot and do something else completely, and you can be not too invested in the outcome of the match, or you can feel like you're really participating. Battle Royale, it's almost like so much like Warzone that I'm not super drawn to it because it's kind of a more known quantity. Like it's super enjoyable, but the Battlefield itself feels more unique.
Yeah. Curious to see how it does. Red Sec, the Battle Royale, the whole thing. They want to hit 100 million players was kind of the leaked report, right? And so this is their shot. But I do wonder, with Arc Raiders coming out this week, which has so much buzz, is that going to take any wind out of their sails? Maybe a little bit, probably not as much as people worry about. Like it's going to be interesting kind of battle for the top places for shooters this year here.
Obviously so interested in how Arc Raiders is going to do. Embark, the finals fan that I am.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of potential, a lot of heat around it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you know what else has heat around it, Leo?
Factor meals.
Yeah, that's right. 2 minutes in the microwave. Hot. Let it cool for a couple seconds and then num. That was a free ad for you, Act Factor. No, I'm talking about Wall of Heroes, everybody. If you support MinnMax at the $50 tier on Patreon. Leo, of course I was talking about
I'm
Wall of
more
Heroes.
right.
But I'm just reminding people, if you want to support the show directly, you can go to patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 wins. Jump in at any tier that's right for you. And if you jump in at the start of the new month here, for the entire month of November, you can put a promotional image in a slideshow on every MinnMax video. That is 1 million impressions for only $50. You can put a cute picture of your Halloween costume, of your pet, of your small business, of your indie game. Jump in, support us at that $50 tier. Take advantage of that, because I'm so delighted when indie games especially come out. They're like, hey, is it cool if I put my indie game and promote it here? Like, please, it feels like that's what it's for, especially if it's for a game that we might not get to talk about on the show. Get it in front of millions of people, or 1 million impressions is a better way to put it, by jumping into the $50 tier. But also thank you to the hot I Am 8-Bit. They want everybody to know, of course, they have a bunch of CDs that you can pre-order right now. A bunch of new CDs, the CD extravaganza happening at I Am 8-Bit's wonderful online store. You can get the CD for the Blue Shift Big Band video game soundtrack thing, which I think you have, right, Janet?
Yeah, it's really good.
There we
and
go.
the one of the people is from Chicago. It's like the Chicago jazz scene a bit. So
sweet.
like I had interviewed one of the musicians for it.
Oh, cool. But yeah, Cuphead soundtrack, Sea of Stars soundtrack, Steven Universe soundtrack, a ton of great CDs. If you want to just get a new CD in the mail, how delightful. Or you can check out everything else at I Am 8-Bit's wonderful online store. Ton of vinyls, ton of fantastic physical editions of games, a bunch of good dorky stuff. If you're getting ready to start shopping for a geek, go ahead, go to I Am 8-Bit, and you can use the promo code Halloween. Halloween. Check out the spelling in the description for 10% off of everything under $100. I just saw it scroll by. Get Dust Biters. Still my favorite 2-player tabletop game, which I think I bought for Sarah, and she hasn't weighed in yet on if she's played it.
What game? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Interesting. That's right, everybody. I Am 8-Bit's wonderful online store. Help support them in a big way, because they support us in a big way by shipping out a prize each and every week. Like this week, whoever has the best question submit over there on Patreon wins the Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic PS5 physical edition. You want to know what that Mimic secret is?
Yeah.
Win question of the week, Leo. See if you can handle it. All right, Troy Ellison writes in on Patreon. They say, congratulations, PPU Bang, on your well-deserved award from Astra.
Woo!
Yay! Thank you.
I did it. No questions. I just wanted to celebrate you guys. Muffin Crumbs writes in and says, hey all, shout out. your favorite moment in a horror game. Remember that time a horror game was your game of the year? Good times. I guess that was like Resident Evil 2 remake for 2019. We gave that the top slot, which feels right, I think.
Some great moments with Mr. X there.
Yeah, our dear friend Mr. X.
Blasting through the wall.
Yeah.
I thought you said misdirects,
He gets
which
that a
there
lot.
were some with Mr. X.
That's true.
Wow.
Wordplay.
Genius.
Okay, I gave this multiple emojis because I love moments in horror games. Then my favorite one is my favorite horror game is a game called Anatomy, a small indie game that I played on stream with Haley. You could look it up on the MinnMax channel. And it's a game where you're walking around a dark house and picking up cassette tapes, and you pick up the cassette tape and you put them in the cassette player and something scary plays. And it's a game with multiple run-throughs. So going back to what we talked about earlier in the thing.
Perfect.
The first time, it's like cassettes in the living room, cassettes in the kitchen, cassettes in the upstairs bedroom. And it's a spooky house, and you go and you walk through and you get those. And then the game at some point just shuts down and you start it again, and it feels like you're just playing the game again. And the first one's like cassettes in the living room. And the second one, the text is kind of glitching and it's like cassettes in the kitchen. And you're like, okay. And then you put it in, and the third one, it just says like space, scary text. All doors are unlocked. And then it's just like no direction, just the entire house, every location that it could be in, you have to look in, and it goes from this like I'm walking to the kitchen and I hope there's nothing there to just like I have to go in every room of the scariest house I've ever been in order to find this cassette thing. And it genuinely just feels like evil in a way that's hard to describe, where I'm just like, the game has turned against me in such a fundamental way. It's the best. It's my favorite horror game.
That's cool. It's Anatomy, yeah. I think like when I think of like the best horror moments, it's probably not the biggest moment, but the one that scared me the most was in Fatal Frame 2, the Crimson Butterfly, of course. And it's just, there's a ghost early on that's like, I just remember her being this older woman, and she's coming down the stairs and her neck is like all twisted and broken, like she snapped her neck and that's how she died. And the thing that just slayed me, and I played this game back in like 2002, and it still sticks with me as being the scariest thing, is she's like asking for help. You know, she's a messed up ghost and she's going, it hurts me, it hurts. Like a ghost being in pain and like wanting something from you. Somehow that's way scarier than her just being like, boo! It just chills me. Ugh.
Yeah, that's cool. I would do classics. You got Condemned Criminal Origins with the mannequins. It felt like before it was played out, maybe I was just younger, where you turn away from a thing and you turn back and it's moved closer to you. That was a really well executed scene. Dead Rising, Adam the Clown, freaky chainsaw guy. Chainsaw's falling himself. Nightmares from that one as a teen. And more modern Immortality, I'll say the matte painting mountain shot. If that evokes enough for people to remember what I'm talking about, that absolutely full body chills.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Yes, just begging for it to be over.
McGreevy writes in, they say, hey, cohorts, rank or blind rank? Y'all want a blind rank? I think it's probably more fun. Let's do blind rank. These iconic horror locations based on how likely you would spend a night there. All right. So
How many slots do we have?
how many
five
are
slots. 5 slots.
5, okay.
I feel like I had to write this down.
Okay. I got it written down for reminders here. The Overlook Hotel from The Shining. You just got to spend one night in the Overlook Hotel.
Just
And-
one
No
night?
movie locations?
Yeah, it's a little bit of
I
everything.
take my legs
Isn't-
back.
Is number 1 the like?
I thought this had to do
they
with
would be
video
games.
games.
One is how likely you would
Do
spend
the Ready
a
Player
night
One Oasis version of the Overlook.
Yeah, they play that.
Is
Yeah,
one we
wait.
will go there? Or which one's
You would stay overnight.
It's a great question. So one is most
Easiest
likely to
one.
spend the night there, yeah.
I gotta say
I'm
one or
thinking
two.
one.
Yeah,
It doesn't
one or
affect you
two.
until like a bunch of days
I'm
later.
normal. He was crazy when he went there. I'm a normal man.
And they don't say what season. It might be like the nice summer season, you know? Like, it just is really lovely.
Yeah, I'm going number 1 just one night. That's
We can assume all the
Don't
scary
make me
stuff
go in
would-
that one room.
Yeah, I guess you know you even know what floor it's on to just avoid the whole floor.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, blind rank is number 1. Okay, the Ishimura from Dead Space.
5.
Oh, so it's a mix. Okay.
Never, ever.
This is when you're
Should
least
we
likely?
say 4? Is it possible there's something scarier?
One place could be worse, yeah.
We could, but I don't see it necessary.
I'm going to say, I think 5 safe because of the vents is the thing. Because it's not like you can just lock yourself in a room in the Ishimura. Like, everything can
Yeah, are you let out at the end?
totally.
Or like do you have to escape?
I think they come let you out. They escort you out
Okay,
of
because
there.
if they come let you
They
out, I
come
feel like you
pick
could
you
just
up.
sequester yourself.
Okay.
No, because they come in through the vents. Like, you don't, like, no room's safe in the Ishimura.
Plus, I don't think there's a single pillow in the entire Ishimura, if we're being
I was
honest
thinking
here.
that. I was like, is
There's a
there
lot of hamburgers,
bed?
though, in the remake.
Okay, you could sleep on a hamburger. That could be worse. So 4
There's
or
a
5?
restaurant where you can probably sit on a booth or something, I think.
Okay.
If we're
that's
looking
fine.
to be
There's not going to be a place worse than that.
Okay, all right.
Booth
It's
of
number
the Ishimura. It
Yeah,
feels like a plot to
Ishimura
me.
5.
All right, look, you guys are choosing it. We don't know what's coming up. Next one, Spencer Mansion from Resident Evil. They've got beds. Resident
Is
Evil
that
1.
from 1?
That's from 1.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like
I like the idea of a
3.
mansion though.
It's like I think you could barricade a door pretty effectively in there. Or it's
Okay.
like zombies aren't that smart.
Okay. Number 4 is a cabin in the woods with no power or internet. It's either from Everything or Ben's childhood. Okay, so cabin in the woods. Let's say Ben's childhood cabin.
Number 2, right? It's like 4.
2 or 4.
Is there like a defined threat there?
Oh, there's a defined threat.
We've heard it's scary.
It's scary.
No, what's the threat?
Spooky ghosts.
Bed?
I would take ghosts over zombies.
Foolish. That's the
Okay.
most foolish
No,
thing
I
I've ever
get
heard in my
that.
life. Okay, so you're going 2 or 4?
I would say 2.
I'm going to
No wait.
also.
Yeah, no, 4, right? Because
Yeah.
4 is the place you least want to be
with
there.
you.
No, two is where you want to stay. Easier to
Okay,
stay.
then yeah, 2.
Okay, great.
Okay, then yes, I agree with Sarah.
Okay, so we got number 1, the Overlook Hotel. Number 2, Cabin in the Woods. Number 3, Spencer Mansion for Resident Evil. Number 4, we'll see. Number 5 is the Ishimura, meaning place we least like to be. And Ishimura, you have ranked below Hell. It says from religion.
Okay, well,
I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
I
be
feel
fine
like that
there.
was a gotcha.
Yeah, I haven't done
It's
anything.
only the damned who are tortured.
Yeah, what? I get to whip people or what?
I think so, yeah. Everyone's a whipper in
Yeah,
hell.
wants to be the devil. I'm the devil in this scenario, right?
Oh, my contract
one of the
employee for a
helpers.
little bit.
I could be the Homer Simpson thing where they just feed him donuts and I'm loving it.
Yeah. What are you like writing video essays and you're just like, this is
that's
great.
you
Some
have
time
to
to
write
focus.
about a bunch of video games.
At least for hell, like, you know, it's like I feel like with the Ishimura, it's the fact that something is going to get you. Hell's already got you. You're already screwed.
Yeah, no
There is no hope.
anticipation in hell.
There's no anticipation of it, you know.
This is the most warm
Plus,
welcome to hell.
it's the only unknown, so it's like you get to report back.
Oh, that
That's
is
true.
right.
The clout I'm gonna get when I come back from hell.
Oh,
the TikTok lives are
yeah.
so hard.
God.
Yeah.
Colton Burpo style.
I was trying to remember that name so hard.
Who is that?
The
We
kid
kind of
who's-
pro hell on this
well,
podcast.
The boy who saw heaven.
Yeah,
Colton Burpo.
I don't know this guy.
check him out.
Really? Okay, cool. I mean, I guess it's on my homework list now. Right after Potion or whatever Jeff was on.
Cauldron.
Cauldron, thank you. Chris Fantry writes in and says, I think, now that Jeff's not here, I think I was just surprised. That felt like ideal pick for the episode that I said we're not doing repeatedly, which was like the hidden gems from the year. I really
It's
thought,
so hard when like your hidden gems are just the games that you play. Period.
Yeah, all his games are hidden
but I
gems.
felt like,
Like,
this was,
what are you supposed to do?
you're supposed to go for the game that like, I feel like he
The
screamed about
highest
before.
ranked that no one else has played.
Yes.
That's like how I interpret
Yes,
it.
I-
Which
yes.
I think there's games Jeff likes more that I haven't played yet. But also maybe
But I do think
Now
a lot
that-
of us
I
are
don't
going
know.
to check
He's
out
swinging.
Cauldron.
Yeah, now that Jeffem's gone, can I say I'm not letting Merge Maestro on the list?
Whoa.
I do not like that game.
Yeah. Merge with hell. Chris
Jacob, I
Fantry.
hated Dead Letter Department. All right, let's keep going.
Hey,
That could be the theme of an episode. That'd be healthy.
Just confessions, yeah. Just
Pussy
everyone shouts
zone.
something
No,
at someone
save
else.
it. Save it for the money.
Jan,
You're right. You're right. Who knows what I thought? You don't know.
That said Lonely Mountain. I thought sucked. Chris Fantry says, hey, cohort, since there are many of you that have had their weddings recently, if you could Voltron your weddings to make the ultimate MinnMax wedding, what would you pick from each of your wedding?
Is the goal to have it represent
MinnMax
MinnMax?
wedding?
Yeah, is it, or is the goal to make a good wedding?
I think
you know
good
what I mean?
wedding.
Best of wedding.
Yeah,
Good
I feel like
wedding.
those are in opposed to each other, opposition. A good wedding and a MinnMax wedding.
I take it as an insult, but I hear you. How about we go for best wedding then? Just cherry picking the best parts from everybody's.
Jacob's location, obviously.
I was thinking
it
also
can
that
be in
too.
Scotland.
Okay.
Easy overseas, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Marie's vows.
What if it's Janet's venue in Jacob's location? So it's like the nice, like overlook restaurant, beautiful thing, but just like overlooking a Scottish.
But I'm
cliff.
we get
looking
the
at
weather from
Scotland.
Janet's wedding.
Yeah,
which was
yeah,
perfect.
Ooh,
yeah.
true.
That's true.
That sounds good. That sounds like a good combo.
Leo's disease from Janet's wedding.
Yeah, Leo's not being
Oh, we're making the
there.
worst wedding. Okay, Jacob's water. Leo's illness.
Wait,
the
so we're
best-
just doing Leo's vows? You guys didn't hear my vows. They were really good. I got so many compliments on them.
Yeah, we didn't hear them because we weren't there, Jacob.
Yeah, we would have.
Yeah, we
phoned you
can't
about
comment
it.
on what we
Dude.
didn't
Not be
see.
invited to a wedding.
Come on, man.
I'm a great wedding guest.
Sarah is a good wedding guest.
it.
I take pride in that.
Yeah, what's the secret to being?
But I'm really bad at not being invited to weddings.
Yeah.
So
You're a boss.
A horrible non-invite. Yeah.
Yeah, what would you cherry pick, Sarah? What are we missing? What would you mix and match?
Who had the best food? I was only at mine.
I did like
and it was
like
good.
Janet's food.
Yeah,
I liked
gotta
Leo's charcuterie spread. So if I could take that, it was very long. He had like a
you.
huge, long snack table.
It was
oh,
like-
and Leo's ease of getting beverages.
oh,
I didn't have to. He just had like a bunch of coolers and a bar,
Yeah.
and I could self-serve. I didn't feel like I had to wait in line or like
That was good.
you know.
I'm
The
glad.
lines
and
at
my-
wedding bars are too long. People get their
Yeah.
drink and they just get back in line.
That makes sense. We also had my dad bartending, making his cocktail he brought. So I would have my dad bartending.
He should be everywhere. Yeah, but yeah, you're.
I'm cool with your dad bartending our joint 3-person wedding for MinnMax.
That was
why not?
definitely signature, Leo. Is like, yeah, the charcuterie stuff, the spreads and crackers and cheeses. It was like the world's longest domino train or trail, but made out of like Ritz crackers. Was kind of how I would describe like the entire spread in your wedding. It was perfect. Yeah.
It was the people we told to do it at the start, taking it really seriously. That's their job.
He did a great
Right.
job.
Yeah, that's good.
Shuts up.
After party location from Janet's, I thought that place was really cool.
No, thanks.
Oh yeah, the Donkey Kong barrel.
Yeah, the Donkey Kong barrel is the greatest thing Donkey Kong released this year. What was the name of that place, Janet?
It's called Idle Hour.
Idle Hour in LA. That was cool. That was nice. Okay, and then that's it. That's the perfect thing. And then like honeymoon of Jacob of just going through Europe.
Well, he's the only one that had a honeymoon, right? Though, actually, honestly, I really enjoyed my mini moon where I got to go to Universal and Disney with the PB Bang girlies. So
That's nice. I enjoyed
don't
my week
know.
doing nothing a lot.
I mean, but
Okay.
imagine
honestly,
how fun
that
Florence
eats,
would
though.
be with the Pew Pew Bang girlies. Eating pizza, drinking
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like the structure of like it's very like high like capitalism, no anything else. But that let me focus on like we're just hanging out with people. I feel like I'd want to do too much if I was somewhere more interesting. So I liked being like, hey, I'm just at a theme park. I'm just walking around.
You're right.
I,
Universal's cooler than Italy.
in my week, I got really into Death Stranding too.
That's
it.
a point against it, I think. Actually,
Yeah,
you lost
that's
me. Leo.
actually-
You had me and you lost me.
But now he can tell people that he took his honeymoon on the beach, and everyone's like, "Cool, great choice." Was that a giggle from Santa? I heard it in my
Santa,
TV.
you're scaring
That's
me.
how he laughs.
Oh yeah, signature.
Well, Santa's
laugh.
Sorry,
often
ho, ho,
depicted
ho,
as
it's
evil too
performative.
in some of these horror things. So I don't know what. Maybe I don't know what kind of Santa Leo is for this.
Stuff to
Yeah,
tell.
yet unclear.
Kendra writes in. He's
That's
revealing.
Krampus.
It's at the end of this episode. He's going to reveal what Toes anyways. Kendra writes in, says, "Freaking congrats, Janet, Haley, Kelsey, Sarah. Any other choice for best podcast of the year would have been the wrong one." Says Kendra.
Exactly.
Oh, very sweet.
Exactly. Eat our butts, besties. They say, "Here's my question. When will we get to hear Leo absolutely shred on the accordion?"
Where did? Oh, because of the old Christmas video we did that had childhood footage of me playing that.
That's the best I could figure. Yeah.
That was a classic. Let me tell you, the growth I've had as a person in the last year or two is when I really like something, lean into that and stop trying to like things that I would think more of myself if I liked and did a good job at, such as making music. And getting an accordion, which of course teenagers get all kinds of crazy stuff that sounds fun on a whim and they don't end up using. But I've never ever played that accordion because frankly, I was too ashamed to make loud noises in the house.
But
you just gotta, let go of things that aren't serving you and stop focusing on like, if I just force myself to do this enough, eventually I will like it.
You played like the Zelda theme, like you shredded. That counts as shredding.
I didn't particularly enjoy that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, music's tough.
It's tough. Do you still know how to play a piano, Jacob?
I truly, when I stopped taking lessons, I like haven't touched one since. So I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I probably
scary?
don't know how to play piano anymore.
I'm sure you could play a little bit.
I would get back to where I was faster than the first time, but like right now, I would not be. I'm not going to be busting out any chords at a party.
Okay. An Attack Corgi wrote in. By the way, I just listened to this interview with Cameron Crowe, and he was talking about writing for Rolling Stone and stuff when he was like 15 or 16. And he said he was like backstage in like the green room with the Allman Brothers, and they started just like playing guitar and playing around. And he's like, all right, I'm cool. I'm going to pick up an acoustic guitar. I'm going to start playing with the Allman Brothers. He's like, I only know like 2 chords, but I'm going to jump right in and play along. And he said he was playing with the Allman Brothers. And he says he doesn't know who it was, but some angel from behind him just quietly reached around and grabbed the guitar and slowly raised it out of his hands. Just like the quiet, like, shut up right now, journalist trying to play along with the Allman Brothers.
But I feel like that's the instinct that I don't have that I feel like music people do is like, I could practice for 10 years and I would never feel comfortable. Like, I'm just going to jump in with these guys.
Yeah. But those people are the coolest who can pull it off confidently.
Exactly. We all want to be them.
And we never will. An Attack Corgi writes in about some wild news. They say, buy the rings. How about that Halo campaign evolved? I still have to wrap my mouth around the name of that game. Halo campaign evolved. While it's basically the Forever 3 Skyrim at this point, I think it's a good move by the studio. Learn the ropes of Unreal Engine 5, one of the most well-documented games of all time. Update your workflows, make some money while you're at it. Not that Microsoft laying off people at any given moment or chasing the AI singularity will help anything. But thoughts on Halo 1, the remake that they're making next year of just the campaign?
The most like flop era move I've ever seen a company do. Like, it's crazy how you're like, this is the biggest L Microsoft could take. And they're like, no, we're going to seem more desperate. Just you wait.
Yeah. And the fact that Phil Spencer was teasing this a while ago, like next year we're going back to one of the most important Microsoft games where it all began. So they basically kind of revealed this is what they're doing. But it is just that wild thing of like, mark your calendars, everybody, because Halo is releasing on a PlayStation. Like when this thing launches next year, probably the Switch too, realistically, down the road. It is just this wild feeling of like, okay, we're here. And I wanted to say it's the end of the console wars cheekily, but GameStop took that ball and ran it right into the bottom of the ocean. But it is,
ran into hell. Yeah, literally.
It's worth acknowledging that it's just like, that is wild that this is the era that we're living in now.
I guess my question, and genuinely I would love to hear in the comments, is like, that is interesting to us in the industry who know Halo is an Xbox game. Like, who is that genuinely exciting news for? I want to know if there's someone who like has a PS5 who's like, finally, I can play Halo 1.
Totally.
Trophy hunters.
I'm sure those people are out there, but I just like, is it that big in terms of like actual ownership and player base?
I think if you look at specifically, how many console units did the original Xbox sell? Like, really not that many compared to how modern consoles sell. And a lot of them probably played Halo 1, heard good things about Halo 1, probably played at a friend's place or something in high school. And now it's like, well, I own a PS5. Yeah, I will buy that. I don't know if they're jumping up and down in their seats, hearing the news, but it is just like, I think there is that audience that are like, all right, I only buy PlayStation things. But yeah, Halo's good. I remember fond memories of that first game. Let me go ahead and jump in. I do think people will buy it.
I could have sworn I was playing it with people, though.
That's, I think, like the big L for it, because I get that it's like, I don't know, a lot of people are sort of drained on the remake of the remaster of the final deluxe legacy edition. Like, it has become kind of memed at this point, where even if it's a great game. It's not really like exciting to have that as like, this is my new thing. It's an old thing that I've already shown you like a couple different times. But yeah, I think the lack of it just being that single player campaign, I think, is the thing that makes it have like kind of nothing to report back on with it. Because yeah, I think in general, when you have a product where the assumption ends up being untrue, you now have confusion. Where it's like, hey, oh no, it's just the campaign. It's like, oh, okay, like, so I don't know.
Yeah, and it's almost like I could see like, oh, I'd love to boot this up for a few hours to play with friends. Like that's the appeal of getting it, is like I can do it in this small way that's can jump right in and be done with, versus like you have to specifically have like that campaign and want to re-experience.
But the thing is co-op.
I didn't
like
even know. Yeah, I didn't even know that it didn't have the multiplayer mode. When I said they're in their flop, it's just like the Master Chief Collection exists, and I know that it's not on PlayStation, but it is on PC. If you have a Steam Deck, you can play the Master Chief Collection. You know, it's just like this stuff is really easily available, and like I don't know, I guess people are scared off by the thing, though. I'm like, if you want to go back for nostalgia, why would you make it look so personality-less? You know, like everyone's warm memories are from Halo looked like that, and no one really seems to love like the way that Halo looks now.
The Needler, which showed its ammo count by having the needles go in through the top and out through the front of the gun, now having a ammo readout screen.
Oh, it does?
In front of it, an ammo counter. Yes.
Oh, I did not see that.
It is like it's a profound image. It says so much.
Oh, wow.
Such a cool design originally, that Needler. It's such a needless thing to add.
But like,
and bless this person for being optimistic, though. This person who wrote in this message, don't want to dump on them at all. But when I hear like it'll help them learn the tech and stuff.
Yeah.
When I hear that talking point these days, it's like, why is that my problem? Like, why do we have to finance that? You know?
I mean, and it's like they only need to learn the tech because every team gets fired immediately after they make a game with every game. It's like, actually, that wouldn't be a concern if teams got to stay together for longer.
Yeah, there's a big gutting, and they had to rename the studios, no longer 343, it's just Halo Studios. But like the idea conceptually is that they're doing the campaign now because there are rumors as well from Rebs Gaming that they're making like a multiplayer Halo game as well, like a live service thing that was compared to Fortnite even. Who knows what the hell that means. It's just Battle Royale Halo, which is that they never do, but I think they should. Whatever that is, it's like they don't want to eat that lunch and have two multiplayer player bases on PlayStation 5.
Too many people would be satisfied with the exact Halo multiplayer.
It's a mess. It's a mess. But you can check out the Deepest Dive for hours and hours of us talking about the Halo 1 campaign. Because I like the campaign, but like compared to the multiplayer, it's like, okay, whatever. The campaign's good, but multiplayer is start of the show for me for Halo 1. Mm-hmm. Marriott Player writes in. They ask, how many of your friends are single and or ready to mingle?
Hey, who's asking? Are they hot? No,
do you want some numbers?
Yeah, give numbers.
This is that rough thing of like trying to calculate how many friends I have and then who of them are single. I will say surprisingly not that many.
I know.
Definitely at least one and more if I thought longer. Two, three, maybe. Like it's like they kind of slowly pour in my mind. But even something like, you know, with the wedding, like a lot of the people I invited to that had like a known +1. I gave everyone +1s, but like a lot of them were like, oh, I know for a fact like this is this person's partner or boyfriend or girlfriend or wife.
Yeah.
And there were very few. If they're either seeing someone or maybe they have a friend they want to go with, there was like 3 of those people.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. At a certain age, it is like, oh, maybe like 3, 4 with someone being ambiguously divorced. Like you get into that era of like, well,
I'm scared.
I think
not
they're
yet.
single.
Not yet.
Right.
My instinct is half, but when I think about that breakdown, it's actually most of my friends and very few of my wife's friends, which points to, of course, the male loneliness epidemic.
Interesting. Do you feel any pressure to hook your friends up, Leo?
No. I would love to if that opportunity presented itself. But
I also think it's like
they're chilling.
When you, at this point in my life, when I make friends with someone coupled up, I'm making 2 friends because usually I'm hanging out with them as a couple.
Right.
And so it's like numbers are just against you for being friends with single people because you have to make twice as many.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So true. Yeah, my single friends are inherited from when I was single. Interesting.
Oh, funny how that works. Sarah, you got any single friends?
I counted, and I can only count like 2.
Hook them up.
No,
Oh.
no,
Okay.
I'm good.
Have you ever been a matchmaker? You ever into that scene?
I just don't want to be responsible
Yeah.
whatsoever for the fallout or success, really.
Sure.
I don't want a hand in it at all. None of my business.
Success. I don't have to speak at their goddamn wedding.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to be like, and you know who's we should all thank for having this beautiful couple? It's me.
Is it weird that all the cohorts are taken or normal? Is that
think we're all
statistically
old.
odd?
No,
Maybe
we're
it
just
is-
highly desirable. Sarah.
Oh, sorry.
What do
Yes,
you mean?
highly desirable people.
Look, I know old people that are alone. All right, it's not just because we're old.
And I'm sure they're doing great. Maybe that is weird for a group this big, but I don't know. I'm looking around at like other outlets. I think for groups, I bet a lot of gaming outlets have a lot of.
We just only listen to old gaming podcasts. We're not listening to
Right.
like the Gen Alpha is Fortnite overrated gaming podcasts.
Right,
You know,
right,
they're
right.
all
Well, I think
single.
also inherently, it's likely a temporary state if you're single. Obviously, there are a few people that like, I'm single, I want to be single, I just want to be alone, I'm not interested in a romantic partner. Like those people do exist. But like my friends that are single, they weren't single when they were in their last relationship. You know what I mean? So I think you also have to catch the unmarried people in between relationships for them to count in that single section as well.
Right. Tess writes in interesting question. Say, hey, MinnMax, do you think any non-sport year games can be nominated? I think that means like, Madden 25 or whatever, right? Can be nominated for best sports or racing game at the Game Awards. Because we had so many
rematch.
good, what's that?
Rematch.
Great.
That's going to be like a
suggestion.
go-to nom for people.
And that's your costume, right?
No, I don't like
twofer.
rematch. They say we had so many good non-traditional game picks this year, like Despelote and Uemusume. It's like Despelote.
Well, okay, I feel
in
like
sports-
Despelote
Whoa.
and Musume, that might be a bridge too far for that category. But I
wish
do
it
feel like
wasn't.
rematch for sure.
Yeah, I think Uemusume would work. Don't you think for a racing game?
You know what? I hope so. I would love that.
Yeah.
Because
I-
like
It's
just
a
feel
management game
like
about racing.
Yeah, is a football manager game a sports game? It is,
think
right?
so.
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd put that under simulation, but also the Game Awards famous for like
Blurring
the
the lines of
viral
categories.
mismatched category. Yeah, it's something that I actually, even as like obviously we've gotten to participate in the voting of the Game Awards. So it's it's funny when people complain about like the noms. I'm like, that's partially me technically, right? But I do wish
Was
that
that
there was
us?
some form of like standardization within that, and maybe there is that we're just not privy to. That's from like Jeff Keighley and his team and their process. But it does feel like sometimes maybe we as critics, quote unquote, get it wrong, but there's nothing stopping us from being wrong if we are all wrong at the same time. But I don't know. So anything can happen.
Musume Games for Impact.
That's what
Let's
it
all
is.
nominate it.
That's right. The impact
The
of the
classic,
hooves.
of course.
Family game. There's so many like hot topic categories that are just like land fields for landmines for messes.
Sifu Best Fighting Game, of course, we remember.
Right.
Shouts out to that
Yes.
studio for doing this multiple times.
Oh yeah, that's true. That'll be a fun spot.
Yeah. I do think rematches, that's a sports game.
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah, for
very
sure.
It's a lot
clearly
cleaner, yeah.
sports
I
game.
feel like rematch might win that category.
I think it could.
People were
I think so,
obsessed with
too.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
especially
it's-
from a like games industry voting perspective, where
Yes.
it's like we're not playing Madden.
Yep. And especially because like the EA college football wasn't like the big hit this year that it was last year and stuff. Like that became a bit of a lightning rod last year. But at It's Hugo Nook, the freelance artist, they wrote in, they say, hey, MinnMax cohorts, howdy to you. Your fellow merch/banner/D&D artist, me, aka It's Hugo Nook, is going to be in the area for the Twin Cities Con at the Minneapolis Convention Center November 7th through 9th. This has been my first year selling my video game artwork at events like this, and it's been awesome seeing the live energy of people reacting to my work. Sweet. Congratulations, Hugo. Yeah, so if you're going to
That's so
be
exciting.
in Minnesota, Minneapolis, you're going to the Twin Cities Con, go say hello to Hugo. Go check out their awesome work. They did all of the... they designed the video game character portrait stuff of us that we put on the poster that we auction off for thousands and thousands of dollars during the charity stream. So go thank Hugo for all of their work with MinnMax throughout the years. They've been a fantastic artistic partner of ours. So go to that con and say hello. Kat Pernicus writes in, getting to the heart of it, asking about if our friends are single, and of course the real big questions here. Does gravity on the Death Star work like Super Mario Galaxy, where you can run around the whole thing and return to where you started? Or does it work like floors on a building? So
I think
Floors on a building? Like when they blew it up, wasn't it like this and not like this?
well,
yeah, it's like when you could look inside it,
in
they
Return of
weren't
the
built
Jedi.
in spheres.
Right. So it would have
But we're talking
floors.
running around the outside, though.
Yeah,
right?
the question is, so it's impossible to. There's no gravitational pull. Like if you try to Mario Galaxy this thing, you'll fall or you'll float off into space.
I mean, there's no gravitational pull because it's not a planet.
Well, the second Death Star, it's no moon, I know that for sure, but the second Death Star is huge, and like it might have a little gravitational pull. It might
there
be
are
able to
two?
hold.
Oh, yeah,
It's
I guess there are
120
two.
miles wide. That can't be enough. to
I mean,
have
it would not
The
have
second one?
technically everything has gravity. I also have gravity. I'm pulling the Earth towards me as it pulls me towards it.
Is that how ants can run around on us? Like Mario Galaxy?
That's
Yeah,
why
and
you
then when
hear-
they jump up, you can see
Well,
them like jump up into space a little bit
I don't
and
know if I
land
should
back
be
on you.
learning anything on this podcast. This feels very strange.
That's nice. That's my get a load of this week. That's perfect.
But I feel like just the way that Star Wars gravity works, it's like it's always just down. Like I don't think we've ever seen, like when someone's on a ship, they're never like doing the 2001 thing of like walking in a circle all the way around. I just feel like it's
Princess
you know,
Leia.
I'm sure someone can think of an exception, but like everyone just seems to be walking with the same gravity no matter where they are at any time in space.
Right. Princess Leia in
Despite
space. I
being in
guess.
space, they don't do that much with space.
It's weird.
It's true.
Which is the weird
and then the
thing.
one time they did, everyone got so mad.
Right, with Princess Leia. But it is I don't know if you remember this pitch. Star Wars factoid with episode 9, how Colin Trevorrow was originally going to direct it. Remember? And he's like, the Jurassic World director, and he's like, my big pitch, all I can say so far in this early interview is we're going to actually film in space. Everyone's like, that's the least Star Wars thing I've ever heard in my life. Don't do that. You're fired. Some wise man once said. Jonathan Fenn writes in and says, hey, MinnMax, would you rather all water on Earth, let's just assume this does not impact wildlife in any way or flora or fauna, the whole thing. Would you rather all water on Earth be always warm or always cold?
What's the temperature for cold? Like cold, like the
tap
ocean cold?
Yeah.
Or cold like in the winter, Minnesota cold?
I think, let's say cold like September
Bridge.
average Minnesota lake. Cold.
Always warm because I want to take a hot shower, and you're supposed to wash your face
Yeah.
with cold water, but I can just add some ice to like a little cup of water.
can't.
and
No,
I
you
really want
can't.
cold
You
water
can't.
for
No,
my
you
face.
can't change
You absolutely
it.
cannot.
Oh, it just never
You can't
never
cool it
changes.
down.
It never changes in any way.
That's okay.
That was
'cause
weird
when I'm
how
lazy,
you
I
all
can go
knew
back to
that.
washing my.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that that was a line, but
We're
you all
just
seemed
like-
very
Because
convinced of it.
if you could cool it down, then
But it's
then
like
I
you can
feel
put on
like
the whole
it's
ocean.
Wait,
smooth.
so is
easily.
it all water ever, including drinking water, or just our bodies
No,
of water?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I choose
Everything.
cold then.
But the shower factor, like jump.
I'm
like,
taking hot.
What is your reasoning for cold,
I still
Sarah?
got my hot tub.
I don't
so
want to
warm,
drink
I guess.
like hot, lukewarm water.
I don't want to drink.
I'm
cold
worried about
water.
my
I wanna drink
beverages.
water.
I know. I always am getting water for guests, and nobody ever wants it with. But I am so about cold water. Drinking ice cold water, it's like it's as good as any freaking energy drink. It's as good as
trying to
LaCroix.
think
It's,
if,
it's
like-
nourishing.
What are the aspects we're not thinking of? Like swimming would be,
yeah.
depending on how warm. Either way could be kind of bad because it's like you don't want to
Depends on how
swim in a
warm.
hot tub, but you also don't want to swim in a cold lake.
I'm just imagining
What is
jumping
that
in.
hot tub hot?
It's
right?
warm. Yeah, I
figured
It's,
it's
it's just
warm.
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 But
yeah,
still.
which is
A
you know
pool that's
pools
not
get
that cold
warm
is
in
really
the summer.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just imagine, like, it's 100 degrees out. You're jumping off the dock into the water. I don't want to hit warm water. I think you need that contrast, and losing that would be dire.
But you do. I mean, you live in the land of 10,000 lakes. I live in North Carolina where there are swimming pools, and it's like when it's 100 degrees, the water is like pretty warm, but it's still better than being in the air.
I guess it's better. I think I'd go cold too, though. I would take the cold showers for the sake of it. I'm with Sarah.
It's also because it's like I obviously love a hot shower. I take cold showers sometimes when I like need the energy. I can tell it feels really good. Splashing my face with cold water, really, really helpful. Obviously, I prefer hot shower. Hot shower feels great. But I can make the decision once that I have to take a cold shower every time. That's better for my health.
Okay. Acceptable. Dudson
You guys can
27.
take a shower on my planet.
Does all soup have to be cold?
It does. Gazpacho, yeah.
No!
Sorry.
I'm out.
Also,
Soup,
coffee.
my
Well, we can have
number
iced
one
coffee,
issue.
but
Single issue voter.
Sorry. We've kept it pretty tame on this episode so far, but urine being cold would be weird.
Yeah, that is true. You'd feel it.
Yeah.
Dudson27 says, "Hey, MinnMaxers, long time, first time, and all that jazz. I was wondering what regional Halloween tradition, Hollowwood? Is there something there with Hollywood? Never mind. Halloween tradition you guys did as
figure it out.
teens or kids that was probably exclusive to your state. Well done, Pew Pew Bang, by the way. Well deserved.
Thank you.
thank you.
I don't know. Let me know if this is a thing that anybody else does, but I was struck by it recently where in the beautiful town of Stillwater, a town to city known as Stillwater, Minnesota, I went there for their Harvest Fest recently, and it was just wonderful. But they have a tradition every year where they have a giant pumpkin competition where it's like, hey, check out these pumpkins that are like 1,500 pounds, 2,000 pounds, like huge novelty pumpkins.
Is this the boat thing?
No, they do. Yeah, they have a boat race in the pumpkins, but that's not where I was
That's
going with
cool.
it. It's very cool. But they also have a 100-foot crane, and they lift a 1,500-pound pumpkin into the sky, and they have everyone gather around. They have a circle cleared out, and then they frickin' drop it. And it drops, and the best part is it drops, and they try and make it land in a kiddie pool to see if they can hit that target just for funsies. But it drops, explodes, and it's the world's biggest piñata because they filled it full of candy. And then a bunch of kids run and get the candy from this exploded pumpkin that just dropped 100 feet.
Does it hit with the force of like a cannonball?
Yeah,
Like
it's
it seems like
amazing.
you would like be blown
I
backwards.
hope they're not that close to it.
They really
I feel
make
like you're
people
gonna lose
stay
an
back.
eye.
But still, it's close enough where it's like, that's, they're not being extra safe. They're just safe enough with the exploding
Small
pumpkin.
town style.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so
rocks.
cool.
It's sweet.
I imagine
so-
corn mazes aren't as big a deal where corn isn't grown.
Oh yeah, but they probably do like soybean mazes. They do chili
Avocado
pepper
mazes.
Avocado mazes. That's right. Sky Fellowship Redstone says Pew Pew Bang has legit been one of my 5 firm fave podcasts since it was
Yay.
made. So much freaking congrats for the Astro Award, they say. Southside Abbott writes in. They say, salutations. How do you guys feel about fan theories? I always thought they were cool and fun, but never took them seriously. Until I found one for Far Cry 3. Basically, the entirety of the game is just a story made up by Jason to explain why he got a tribal tattoo. After learning about this theory, it's become my personal headcanon for the entire game. Do y'all got any fan theories that are canon?
I don't know if I have any like favorite ones. My general perspective is that I really like fan theories. I think they can be really fun, like the tribal tattoos. But I run into the issue where the fans become so attached to their theory, and especially with something releasing in like an episodic nature,
Yeah.
that if their theory isn't acted out in some way, they go mad. And I feel like I've seen too many communities self-implode because like a fan theory wasn't carried out. So like now I see, and then that's how we got that dumb Zelda time book, which I hate, connecting all the Zelda games.
The whole
I think that's
story of
garbage.
Westworld.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, I like fan theories, but I feel like sometimes we need to all collectively touch grass on fan theories.
Yeah, it's like if it's a thing that just is like, I think a character did this because of, if you're just kind of connecting dots that the story doesn't connect for you, I think that's great. And I think it's just kind of like, let's think deeply about the themes and like why this happened. But it is like, as soon as you're kind of contradicting, I mean, because it's like no shade to this Far Cry 3 theory, but I believe the theme of that game is like the idea that even someone from kind of a soft suburban environment like could be made into a murderer with the right pushes and circumstances. And like, I don't love the story of that game, but I think that's what it's doing. And so then it's like, well, now you're just now you're just saying an entirely different thing with the tribal tattoo, which feels like it kind of, contradicts whatever the story itself was trying to talk about.
Yeah. I just listened to this interview with James Gunn talking about the DCU, of course. And he's like, an important part of my writing process is like seeing what the community is saying and their theories and making connections that I wouldn't think of and then incorporating that back into the future of the overall universe I'm building. It's like, it's interesting.
I feel the same way, Jacob. I made the same face.
I don't love that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's probably big stuff, but it's like, if people are picking up on, didn't you realize that this connects to this? Like, I've never just heard a creative person like that, especially in charge of entire studios, to be like, we're just kind of mining and seeing what people say.
I feel like that's what I would say if I wanted people to buy what I was selling.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, guys. I totally love to look at your theories online. I'm actually implementing some of them in my work as we speak.
Right. That is part of it.
Anyways, that's what I would say if I wanted money.
Right.
Listen to Bonus Pod this week for a discussion on the weird things that are happening with Hades 2's ending.
Yes.
Right. I didn't know that was so weird.
So, we don't have to recap the entire Bonus Pod conversation, but the idea is they kind of tweaked the ending a little bit to give it more of a ramp to the conclusion they're bringing it towards. And Jacob, you were talking about on Bonus Pod, you're like, I can't think of changing an ending based on feedback. And I was listening to that, like, Mass Effect 3, it's like the number one clear example, but this is not to the Mass Effect 3 degree, from what I understand.
Well, and Mass Effect 3 tweaked the ending in addition to adding a DLC. Like, those things happened at the same time, right?
I don't think so. I think the DLC was always planned, and the DLC was just like adding another character into your party that you could get earlier. So like the ending of Mass Effect 3 was changed.
But wasn't there a DLC of Mass Effect 3 that was like, here's the one, now we get to like all the characters that you were mad you didn't get to talk to about the end of your journeys, in this one now you get to.
The party DLC? Yeah, I forget. I don't know if that was a response to the ending. That could be, but I don't remember it that way. But
that is a good answer. I didn't play Mass Effect, so I didn't experience that. But it is just like, it's weird that they patched the story, and in a way after they released 1.0. So I was like, the game's done. I'm gonna play through it. I saw credits, and now if you go back, it is different.
Yeah, and
that's
it seems
odd.
like it is odd. I think I have so much faith in Supergiant, maybe too much. But the way it's just kind of like, I don't know, that feels gross, but I have faith, having not seen either of these endings, that like, it seems like they're doing it in a subtle way, just like giving more context to the ending they chose. Is that kind of the idea?
Well, I mean, you would never know that it was a new ending if you hadn't already finished. Like, if you finish it now, you won't think this feels changed. And I do think the adjusted ending is better. It is just weird because it kind of feels... it's just like, why? I don't know. I think of an ending as like, here's what we were doing with the story. And so for them to change that is kind of like, we didn't nail what we were doing with the story. I don't know. It's just a weird, it's a thing that I'm sure will happen more, but I hadn't experienced it.
Baldur's Gate 3, right? Like when the game first came out, like the endings weren't quite fleshed out. It was just kind of like a really quick like movie conclusion where it's like, I'm going back to my home, I guess. And they're like, okay, I had fun. See you later. And then it sounds like then they kind of retconned in more character style endings. Like it felt more in with the characters, but I don't think that was fan pushed. I feel like that was something they wanted to do and they just didn't have time for when making Baldur's Gate 3. Because I know that they changed those endings, but like it didn't significantly alter the plot of the game or anything.
Right.
It's more than just adding more lead up to it.
Okay.
Like they changed who was making decisions.
Interesting.
And I think the revised ending makes more sense with who's making decisions, but it still is just it's different in more than just a kind of like adding more steps way.
Okay, interesting.
Like, and sometimes there's like clarification. Like I think in Outer Wilds Echoes of the Eye, it wasn't the end of the game, but they had to edit in a character's like end story. They had to put a setting sun because nobody was understanding that he was dying permanently. Like they were like, no, he's like dead. And they had to like add stuff in. So like people were like, oh, he's dying. So it's like, sometimes I feel like it's okay to like go back in and be like, okay, nobody's picking up what we're putting down here.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like in 6 months, this absolutely will not matter to Hades 2.
Yeah.
But it's just an interesting thing. It's
interesting.
it's hard if you had to review it.
Right, for sure. Unfortunately, it already got 10s everywhere, so I think it's doing okay. But it is odd, totally. Caffeine Dad writes in and says, "Hey gang, it's time for everyone's favorite game. What are they playing?" Thanks, Santa. I'm going to give you some song lyrics, and you tell me what game the artist is playing in these song lyrics.
What?
Yep.
It's very clear, Sarah. In Lana Del Rey's video games, she sings, "Open up a beer," and you say, "Get over here and play a video game." What game is this person playing?
Hatred.
Hatred, yep. When Patrick Stump of Fall Out Boy sings, "I'm 2 quarters and a heart down" in the song Dance Dance, what arcade game is Fall Out Boy playing?
Robotron.
Robotron, correct. In So High School, Taylor Swift sings, "Truth, dare, spin bottles. You know how to ball. I know Aristotle. Brand new, full throttle. Touch me while your bros play Grand Theft Auto."
San Andreas, I think.
San Andreas? Okay.
It's
Wasn't
chronological.
early on that one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, if it's, but then also she's talking about it feels like that now. That's 5.
Yeah,
But
my
also
guess
they
was
had
no.
that port that everyone hated. So I think something in that.
Hated remaster.
Yeah.
Travis
Which
Kelce was
also-
complaining about the rain.
Relax. Okay, we're not all staring at the windows between both games. Like some of us just want to play the game on a modern console. All right.
Boo!
Arrest me. I don't care. I was just having fun.
We know Sabrina Carpenter loves the Switch because in the song Espresso, she's saying, "Move it up, down, left, right. Oh, switch it up like Nintendo." What is Sabrina Carpenter
Welcome to her.
playing? Welcome to
I
her.
want to know how much she. Yeah, welcome to her. I want to know how much she paid.
Early copy.
I think it was 1-2 Switch.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
But she was talking about the Switch One,
sort of
right?
like a
She was talking about
cha-cha.
Switch one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a Switch one.
Yeah, that's
She was
true.
doing the cow milking mini game.
That's right. All right, what do y'all like for a question of the week?
Were we told to blind rank the scary places, or do we choose to blind?
They said rank,
I think we had the
parentheses,
option.
blind rank.
Okay, that was good. That was fun.
I like the scary ranking.
You like the scary ranking?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Overlooked
Congratulations.
Hotel, not scary.
It's quite
Not for
lovely.
one night.
Congratulations, McGreevy. You just won 5 Nights at Freddy's. So Outlook Hotel isn't scary, but that game will be when you get the physical version of it from iam8bit. Now it's time for something that we love to call Get a Load of This.
Can I go first
go.
to get mine out of the way? No. I never get to go first.
I'd love
I never
that.
get to go
I'd
first.
love that.
I found what I think is the coolest purse ever. I will now
Ooh.
describe this purse to you. Okay, I saw this on TikTok. It's by Laloon. It is, imagine like a silver life-size fantasy gauntlet. It's like this big, like the size of a hand going up to the elbow.
Okay.
To hold this purse, you hold the hand. Like it fits in your hand. So you hold the hand. And then coming off the fantasy gauntlet is a like metal chain. And then attached to the end of the chain is your purse, which is a heart that has giant spikes coming off of it. So it looks like a flail.
Wow.
And that is the
You're
purse
like
that I found.
holding a hand.
You're
that's
holding
also
a
flail?
hand that is attached to your purse that's also a flail.
Sarah, you're really cool and stylish. Are you confident enough to wear that in public, do you think?
I think this is like you need to, yeah, you guys can see it. I have it on my phone. You need to like go to the right place with this
Whoa.
purse.
Whoa.
Oh, cute.
Wait, so then is the compartment is the flail?
It's the heart. Yeah, it's the heart on the end of the flail.
Wow.
That looks so legitimately dangerous.
And it's like, I would love to walk in somewhere. Like, it's like, right time, right place. Holding, like, it's so badass. Like, it looks like you're holding the hand of your dead lover
Yeah, nothing more badass than that.
in a way. And it's like, it's very like fantasy vibes. I don't
It's
know. This
definitely
is
like you were
like,
cursed to have that attached
yeah.
to you.
Like,
Right.
I'm tired of like, oh my God, look at this purse. It looks like a chicken, Give me
yeah.
this.
Weapons.
I'm tired of like boring purses. Give me whatever this is.
What about a purse that just looks like the football, the nuclear suitcase that the president has to carry around with him?
Handcuffed.
Yeah,
That's
just
just
get
a
like full-
briefcase.
I feel like we
Yeah.
already made that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's been done.
Oh, okay.
It's just a brown briefcase.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
The
The
next
real
evolution
question
of
is,
the
can
purse.
purse flail hold a phone though? Sometimes
it
a really creative
looks-
purse cannot hold anything at
It
all.
honestly looks like it could hold a phone.
I think it can.
in
Too. It
it,
looks like has
It
like a
looks
width
phone
to it, maybe.
sized for sure, but it's like you're limiting yourself to like a phone and your wallet and then maybe a few other tiny things.
Yeah, good luck getting reception in there, though. Link below if you want to see it, everybody.
I can't find anywhere that you could actually buy it. Like,
no, it's not out yet. It's not out yet.
Okay.
It just was shown in like a show.
Love it.
Oh, well, they said they posted 40 weeks ago.
Well, where's my goddamn purse?
They said, and they said to someone, "We hope it will be released next month." 9 months ago.
Well, where is it?
Not fair.
These delays are getting out of hand.
It's called the Laloon Spirit Bag.
Cool. Great name.
Get a load of this. Kelsey posted up this like hyper specific fact from the World Series game that happened recently. And I love that about sports where they'll like drop something that is to the level of for the last 18 Tuesdays, this thing has happened. And I really wish I could have that in my real life. Like I haven't bought 4 bags of chips since like 1997 at once or something. Like, but anyway, we don't have the tech. But Kelsey's thing was, for that super like long game that happened, there had only been 2 World Series games that long, and they were both Game 3, both Dodgers, both at home, both won by a walk-off home run from a white guy whose name is an alliteration. In this case, it was Freddie Freeman. And she also added that for both of these, Brad Paisley was the person that performed the national anthem.
Perfect. Wow. That's beautiful.
So it is a
He's
simulation,
got a gift.
guys.
Oh, it's locked in.
Get a load of this. Sniped, Ben.
Boom.
This is one of my most powerful
Totally
recommendations ever. Okay, so please heed this.
Okay,
I've already
lock in,
texted
everybody.
Leo about it.
Heed.
What?
One of my favorite shows on Netflix is American Vandal. There are 2 seasons of it. Good mockumentary crime things. The director is Tony Yacenda. I knew that he directed a show on Paramount Plus called Players about esports. And that's all I knew, and I never watched it because I didn't have Paramount Plus. Apparently it has been taken off Paramount Plus, but it has been uploaded in an unlisted playlist by Funny or Die. Don't know what's going on there.
What?
To YouTube in its entirety. And if this series came out this year, it would be a greatest work of art all time 2025 that I would fight for really hard. It is a esports sports documentary in the style of, God, I don't know, like The Last Dance, like really taking itself seriously about League of Legends and its commitment to being accurate to League of Legends is staggering in its that game is visually incomprehensible, and when people talk about it, you don't know what they're talking about,
right.
And they do that the whole show, and yet they manage to make it just enormously compelling. Like the first couple episodes I watched kind of to be like, let's see what this is, watching casually, and I like sat in rapt attention for the last several. It is so good. I told Leo to watch this. Sarah, the fact that you've played League will probably make this
and I also worked in
even
esports.
more.
I fear with esports athletes. I fear this might hit too close to home for me.
I was reading some conversations about it where people were like, if you know League, there are clear parallels to real players here that they're doing, but it is just incredibly good. And it's all unlisted on a playlist on YouTube. So I hope it doesn't get taken down, but the playlist has like 77,000 views, so it's
Weird.
clearly kind of an open secret.
That's interesting. All right, links below if you want to check that out. And so it is a not mockumentary, but it's a scripted documentary format, right? That's the idea?
I mean, I guess I would call that a mockumentary.
Okay.
Like, it is comedic, but
Okay.
comedy kind of takes a backseat at a certain point. It is
Right.
really, it's more emotionally compelling than I think it is funny.
Cool. All right, check it out, everybody.
It looks like they use like the stadium to. Oh my god!
Oh,
they even
the-
like spoof the. Yeah, it looks like they're using like one of the actual stadiums in Burbank.
The
or
production
something.
value is insane. I think it was done with the cooperation of Riot, who at least
Yeah.
like read through their scripts to make sure that they were like saying the right things about the game.
Weird.
It 100% feels like you're watching just a real season.
Cool. Hey, get a lot of this. Ken Burns, the documentarian, you might know. He has a upcoming documentary series on the American Revolution, the Revolutionary War. But he did an interview with Fresh Air, Terry Gross over there, and she asked, the basic question of just like, hey, what'd you learn creating this multi-part documentary series about the American Revolution you didn't know before? And he's like, well, the big thing that I didn't learn that really wasn't taught in schools is like the reason for the Revolutionary War. And maybe you smart Alex already know this, but if I knew it, I forgot it. Where he's like, okay, George Washington was most likely the richest person in America at the time. Benjamin Franklin, also very wealthy. And the central reason for the war, as he put it, he's like, it's taxes and representation. Of course, those are super important. But the primary reason, the central reason, was for Indian land. And the idea was that after the French Indian War, the British did not want anybody in America to go over the Appalachian Mountains, and they don't want to spend the money to defend them from Native American attacks. It's like they were just keeping everybody, you got to stay to the east of the Appalachians. But at the same time, Benjamin Franklin, George Washington in particular, they were speculators in tens of thousands of acres in the Ohio Valley. And so they wanted to get out there and sell that land and make a ton of money from the whole thing. But the British are like, absolutely not, you cannot do that. And so that was apparently a huge driving force that we should absolutely be talking about, on top of course, taxes and representation. But it's like, yeah, the richest guy in America wanted to make a lot of money and wanted to push it in this direction naturally.
Yeah, the craziest thing about learning about early America and our early government is that it is almost very similar to how we see it today. Like, we think that it's gotten worse, but it's actually kind of always been like that.
People are people, turns out, is the lesson throughout time. And, I had that feeling too, where I was like,
rich people are not people.
That's the argument, yeah. No, but the idea of just like, it's like, okay, this is going to be on the PBS app to watch it. And I had a moment of like, oh, do I have to pay for that? And I was like, oh, I guess it is the time to pay for PBS if I want to watch this Ken Burns documentary series. They've earned it for sure.
Sure.
Leo, you got
Here's
one?
something, get a load of it. Werewolf Bar Mitzvah, of course, 8-second cutaway gag in 30 Rock. For some reason, on LAist by Mike Rowe, unrelated to the Dirty Jobs guy, there's an oral history of it that is like longer than a lot of oral histories I've read on full shows. So it's a very fun read on the story behind that gag, the writer's room, and lots of fun stories around that time, which, of course, one of my favorite shows ever. Any of my 30 Rock heads, enjoyable read.
Do they talk about is that, I think I read that, where it's actually Donald Glover doing the Tracy singing?
In the full version it is, which came from the bit taking off so much. They made a 3-minute version, and a lot of it was Donald Glover.
Oh, that's funny. Arcaneer writes in the community get a load of this channel. They shared this one. The story that Hideo Kojima never even heard about Konami being offered a Matrix game. He says, no one told me about this in 26 years. This is based on a time extension interview, but apparently the Wachowskis went to Konami in 1999 and they're like, hey, we want Hideo Kojima to make a game based on the Matrix. And I guess the Konami executive was like, absolutely not. Move on. And then in this time extension interview, they wrote about it, and Kojima picked it up on social media, and he's like, I never knew that this was an offer. He's like, I hung out with the Wachowskis, but because they were turned down by Konami, this never even crossed my plate. And he's like, I was really busy at the time with Metal Gear Solid 2, so I don't know if we could have made it happen, but we could have maybe done something, which is just a wild art.
I now feel like that's where we got on the bad timeline.
Yeah, when they had Matrix 4, I agree. That
Right.
maybe we wouldn't have had Matrix 4 if they had just made an actual video game about the Matrix.
Janet, with your Matrix takes, look at you from a zero to a hero coming in with strong opinions.
I watched every other Matrix except the first one until I watched the first one, and then I rewatched all of them.
Oh, I didn't know you watched every other one. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'd seen all the other ones.
Well, there we go.
They make a bit more sense now that you watch the first one. I'm like, okay, I was missing a couple details of the lore, but generally my brother did a pretty good job summarizing it, so it really wasn't that different, but yeah. And 4 is just one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Well, let's not get crazy. I don't know, Jacob and I watched parts of it on the hotel TV in Sao Paulo, and we thought it ruled, so...
One awesome part.
I don't know. It was actually
Matrix
the
4?
ending. Yeah, it was the ending, like when people were like jumping out of the buildings. I was like, oh, that was kind of a cool idea, yeah.
I like that movie.
Totally. I wanted to like it more than I did. Hey, that's it for this episode of the MinnMax Show. Thanks for sticking with us. We know it was a long one. Greatly appreciate y'all being around. Big thing, Pew Pew Bang. The Game Podcast of the Year. Subscribe, tell a friend. The new episode's about horror games. You can check it out on YouTube or in a standalone podcast feed. Or there's an option if you want an extended version of the show. How do we get that? And what is it?
You
I'll be so
subscribe to
honest.
MinnMax at the $5 tier.
Exactly right. And then you unlock Sarah's loaded gun,
Sweet.
which is where I ask deranged questions and demand answers from my co-hosts.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Happiness is Sarah's loaded gun.
Also this week we had a new episode of Trivia Tower. Jacob Geller co-hosted that with me. We brought Trivia Tower back to celebrate MinnMax's 6th anniversary. It was a super fun episode. There was one strategy in that episode that I still cannot fathom. It was so smart. It's the smartest thing I've ever seen anybody do in Trivia Tower. You saw that, Leo?
Just like would have been calculated in like 0.1 seconds.
I
It's
know.
not like they got to think about it for a long time before they did it.
Yeah. So check out that episode if you want to check that out. Bonus pod, if you support MinnMax at the $5 tier, you unlock the bonus podcast feed, which has early ad-free access to this podcast here, and then also bonus pod that goes up every single Monday. Haley's show this week was a good one with Jacob Geller on there to talk about his wedding in beautiful Scotland, talking about Silent Hill F, talking more about Hades 2. If you want more of that conversation, you can check it out there. New show plus this week, we brought back a favorite. What was it and how did it go?
Yeah, Thirst Council. His Bloodthirst Council this week for Halloween.
So good. I think that was Kelsey who came up with that name. It's like, yeah, of course. It's perfect.
And it's, it's we're looking at just Halloween costumes, varying levels of sexiness, and Haley got a bug early on to be crass, and she just ran with it, and it's a vile episode. Missed that one.
All right, check it out. Also, thanks to Aaron Johnson, who donated during our Gift of the Max charity stream, for choosing the new show Overflow, where we revive a rejected idea. And they chose for us to revive old awards shows. And so coming up on Monday next week, Jeffem and Jacob Geller and I reacted to the 2003 Spike VGA Awards, as far back as you can go. And we're here to tell you, don't go that far back. It is unbelievable.
Your discretion is advised.
It is. It is a
AOL
lot.
keyword, a bunch of naked girls.
Yes, that is right. Let's see. Speaking of Give to the Max, the charity auction items, we shipped those out Friday of last week. And so we see in the Discord and on social media, people are sharing that they're starting to arrive. But please share pictures if and when your charity auction item arrives, because it's fun to see those in their final resting place. Thanks again, everybody who donated during that big stream. We have Arc Raiders Max Settings coming up real soon. When is that coming up here, Leo?
Thursday the 30th at around noon, 12:30.
Sweet. And then NVIDIA GeForce Now. It's the last of the month of streaming through GeForce Now for us here, for this wave at least. And Janet's going to take up the reins streaming on Thursday. You get a time lockdown, Janet, for today?
1 p.m. PT, aka 3 p.m. CT.
Tune in live on Twitch if you want to see Janet playing through GeForce Now. I was Leo streamed last week. Streamed some Dying Light the Beast. Did you have thoughts on the GeForce Now tech, Leo?
They ran great.
It is.
Somebody in the chat, in Backstage Pass chat here said Hell Is Us is on GeForce Now. I was like, oh, that makes it way more compelling to boot
that's how
up.
you
Something
play it,
like
right,
that to
Ben?
just dabble in.
Yeah, that's how I played it. And actually, like, if I pick that game up again, I am going to play through GeForce Now on my TV, because I think we all have that instinct. It's just been years of streaming tech of like, okay, it'll work, but there's going to be some squinting at times. And like,
And
I was
even streaming within the same house is like, it works, but it's not ideal. It's not the same.
right. And then GeForce Now is the first time where it's like, oh, this is just flawless. Like, I was playing Jurassic World Evolution 3 through my TV, just with the Bluetooth controller hooked up to my TV. And it's like, it was 100% perfect, and it looked awesome, and it ran great. And so it's like, if it's on GeForce Now compatible, and they have like 4,000 games compatible at this point, I think north of that, like, I'm just going to totally be playing my PC games in my loft now in my living room through my TV. Like, it's just, it works so well. It's unbelievable.
On my monitor, it felt like noticeably less latency than when I play games on TV through my PC.
Right.
Like the amount of latency that has is more.
Yeah, that's wild. So there you go, GeForce Now. Janet will be playing it this Thursday. Tune in. But that is it for this extra long episode. Thanks so much, everybody, for sticking with us. We'll be back next week. I might not. I might be here next week. I'll most likely be here next week. Things are bubbling all the time for paternity leave, but we'll have new episodes regardless of what happens. But until next time, Santa, you want to take us out and reveal your true identity as you say the catchphrase at the end of the show?
Be good, have fun, let's ho!
Let's ho!
Woo!
I'm nice.